What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Pop Life Toys, hanging out with Jarhead Collector, also known as Joe for Joe Mama. There we go. Is that too psychedelic there?
I don't think so.
We can get a little bit of BB-8 and Ray's rear end. We can go Mando and the Child. I like Yoda's head sticking over with the green lights over there. So one of the things that drives me absolutely crazy about Macari is they will only let you instant transfer $500 a month. And direct deposit can take up to 5 days. And I definitely did not want to wait, so I did a bad thing with it sitting in my Macari account. You know, in a trade with Jerry the Mechanic. Wow, I can't think tonight. We worked a lot. What's up, Eric? If y'all are here, say hey. In the trade with Jerry the Mechanic, we managed to get the Blue Chrome Leia. Well, there's 4 of them that aren't expensive, and there's 2 of them that are. Boba is sitting at $260, and Vader's sitting at like $210. Wow. But Stormtroopers at $60, Yoda's at $85, and Chewbacca's at $60. So I managed to pick up the other 3 lower ones, but I still haven't gone after Vader or Boba Fett yet. The blue chromes look excellent, though. Lucas loves them, too. What is up, Jay Funko? B-Dog, what is going on, everybody? We got a new video dropping soon. Right now, we are using the Canon SX740HS. This is a temporary camera until the Sony VZ1 drops on the 11th of June, which is called the vlogging camera of 2020 to beat all other vlogging cameras. It is supposedly direct connect to the computer, so you don't need one of those plug-in devices. And using a camera like this, I can film with my lights on, and the white balance is excellent, where I'm not sitting in a dark room with a white light hitting me in the face. So pretty cool. We shot another video today doing the Chalice box. Box came in destroyed, but luckily Chalice puts their Chalice box inside of another box. So the pop was fine. We did not get one of the big pulls, but we did get our money back. So I'm happy with that. Been doing a lot of cleaning. If you notice from the past videos, there's no mess on the floors. So that's taken a lot of work today. Out there is a whole lot better, but there's a bunch of boxes to cut down. My burn barrel was so full that it took over an hour for everything to burn down. Yes, I'm redneck enough that I have a burn barrel. And instead of keeping water next to it, I keep gasoline. That makes the fire burn quicker. So that's just the way we do things. Might be blurry for a minute. I don't know what's going to happen. My graphics card has an update. What is up, Andrew? How are y'all doing tonight? Tonight we are hanging out. We're waiting on Will Be Popping to get home. He should be hanging out with us. And that will be awesome. We're going to talk about some questions today, talk about the pop market, what's going on, answer any questions that y'all have, maybe play a little Jackbox. But I will tell you, due to some of the events in the past, and if you haven't watched Dr. Applesauce's video he uploaded on Instagram TV about bullying in the collector's market because he opened a super plastic, definitely want to watch that. Uh-oh. Is it rebooting?
No,
okay. I thought it was going to reboot. I got a reboot required. I probably shouldn't have done a graphics card update. It might drop me. I don't know. So if it does, hang out with everybody for a minute and let me know if I can stall finish. I'll do it later. It's recommended. It's not required. So I'm not gone. I was just gone for a moment. So it's been a long week. How about you?
Yeah, it was a short week at work, but it was long.
What the heck? My audio just tweaked on me.
I did get a dunny coming from Washington for $5. Pretty happy
what?
with that. A dunny.
I don't know what that is.
It's a designer like bunny type thing.
Oh, okay. Where are my speakers?
Basically, if you were to take remember the old shape of the Funkos, how they had like their arms out and everything, and they were just kind of standing there?
Yeah.
Shrink them down to about 3 inches, and then put like these crazy little rabbit ears on them, and then they do like designers, different type designs on them.
You know what Funko has made that I want of the little Pocky Pockies is the Tullet Ninjas.
Yeah, I seen a couple of them. I was like, those are kind of cool.
Those are really freaking cool. I'm digging the pop pins. I did the Disney 5-pack with box lunch and a Marvel 5-pack. If you watched the video you saw on Disney, I pulled one of each. On Marvel, I pulled a Chase Loki, 2 regular Lokis, and 2 Iron Men. Out of all the pins I've seen to date, Iron Man is by far the best colored. The red and gold in the metallic, hands down, looks better in any lighting condition in any situation than any other pin, including the purple Joker glitter pin I've seen. Iron Man kind of lends himself to that ability, but blows me away at how well they did with these pins. If you haven't had a pop pin yet, I've got a couple extras. You can hit me up in a DM. I do not plan to play any waffles tonight. I do have a giveaway. And the giveaway is coming to y'all from a waffle that I played in to support one of our group members and took the last 2 spots, needed to close it because it wasn't moving. And what do you know? I won it. I have it. It's an awesome pop. It is the Diamond Edition Pink Harley Quinn. Jarhead, do you have this pop?
Oh, yeah.
So I have the regular pink, and now I have the Diamond Edition pink. This came from Chunk. Chunk has apologized to me whenever he's allowed back on. He wants to apologize to y'all. We had a long talk about opinions and beliefs and where not you share those. And no matter what you believe, we will not bully. We will not treat people differently. We will not show inequality ever on this channel. If you see it happen or you feel it happen, please send me a DM. One of our guys that's regularly with us told me that he was going to step away for a while. And after talking for a while, we kind of made things right because I'm not going to put up with it. You saw the stop bullying post. I don't care if we got 5 people in here. I don't care if we got 2 people. We're still going to have fun. We're still going to talk about what we have to. I'm still going to upload videos as they come. And slowly, as COVID-19 calms down and people go back to work, I think a lot of the drama is going to go away. So we'll see what happens. My Joker 2-pack hit $660 today.
Ooh.
Yeah, I looked to see if it had stayed at 520, and it was at 660. I'm like, what? What is up, Angel? How are you tonight, sir?
What's up?
So we have an awesome giveaway tonight. We will play Quiplash, but we will keep it clean. I asked another prominent member of the community how they keep a clean Quiplash because they have kids that watch their channel. And she said she plays the friendly edition. She puts down the rules. If you don't follow them, she gives you one warning, and then she will literally cut she or he, I don't even remember quite who it was, and I'm not going to drop any names, but they would literally cut the game in the middle. So we're going to see if we can make a funny Quiplash without being inappropriate. And yes, Ian is on the road to 800. I'm jealous.
Wow.
I'm on the road to like 400 and I'm a ways away. I think I'm at like 330 something. But it doesn't matter. It's the people that hang out with you. It's the people that watch your videos. I've had my first hand at a Adobe Premiere edited video. Thanks, Dr. Applesauce, for telling me about Premiere. I think it went okay. I think I did good. I would not bet my life on it being good, though. It definitely was not a true YouTuber quality. But I was able to remove a lot of my distaste in the way the first 10-inch pop came and mute video and put the notice up. And y'all saw the order that was placed on my Instagram. Curtis was spastic, one of the best in customer service in the business. Within 2 minutes, I had an email. Every time I emailed him, within 3 minutes, I had a response. And it was, send it back for a full refund. Here's a label. I said, I kind of want to keep it out of box. You can see it right there. Next to the green boba is the black boba. And we pulled a second Kylo Ren glow-in-the-dark 10-inch Supreme Leader. I think I'm going to out-of-box him out here because I have one inside, but it's sitting on my bigger Star Wars shelf. We are branching out in the collecting too, and I like it. We have picked up more of the floaters, as I'm going to call them, even though that makes me think of kids in the bathtub. I love these little things. We've gotten so many now that I accidentally bought a duplicate. We are completely cleaning up the shop. My wife is big into the Cricut machines now. Got the bigger machine, and we were able to do some vinyls that are going to go somewhere in the shop. This is a gray Star Destroyer. This is an 8-inch wide Yoda. You're not smiling, Joe. You look upset.
I'm out of it, dude.
It's an 8-inch tall Vader.
Wow.
Of course, Pop Edition. My wife tried her hand and did pretty good having to place all these logos on BB-8. It prints out in all the different colors, and she has to lay the colors. She did pretty good. We have the Move Along white Stormtroopers. Tried to do them in accurate colors. We did a blue glitter 8-inch Boba Fett. I did blue just because I have a blue one down there and I thought it looked really cool. And we did a red glitter Vader, even though there's not the peel and stick all over it. That's weird. We did a red glitter Vader. That's going to be interesting to place. That will go probably right here on my fridge, right below the I Love You 3000 sticker that she made because Addison wanted it and she bought it. On May the 4th, they dropped a Star Wars bundle, and she, for like $20, got 280 different images.
Oh, wow.
She got the big machine, so I made her make big stuff. So those will go out at some point. We got the lightsabers mounted right back there on the wall, if you can see them. Let me go turn them on. And as you can see, I can roll now. We cleaned today a lot. We have one half and the other half of Vader's, Maul sabers. And then Qui-Gon saber sitting there. I had a guy tell me today that came to the shop for the other side and then bought a pop for his wife. She's a cosplayer, and they had no clue he had no clue what Funko Pops were. They go to con, never seen one, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, she's coming back with me. We're probably going to spend more on this than we spend on the other side." I said, "Well, most everything is for sale. You know, some of the most important to me pops are right here." And not necessarily all of them. I do have the Dr. Harleen Quinzel pop in a box. That came out of a Geeky Mama Bear mystery box. That is an older pop. I love that pop. I do need the other Dr. Harley.
The Suicide Squad one.
Yes.
Yeah, the one's like $60.
You know what's bad is that doesn't even sound that expensive to me anymore. And it's not just because of Hot Toys. I am trying to.
Oh.
What?
That just remind me, I got to double check. I think my first payment for my Hot Toy comes out this month, June.
Yeah, Angel. They might be hard to peel. I think I'm going to run my stickers along. Let me put the camera back how it's supposed to be. With Bank Robber Joker just in the corner and Heath Ledger sitting down there. My stickers are probably going to run along here, kind of hanging. I might only cut like half of the sticky off and leave the rest not sticky because it's kind of dusty in here. I need to get a little can of air and blow out my computer already.
So since I used to work in the business and we used to do a lot of stickers and stuff like that, one of the tricks I could tell you is on the backing, the white wax paper backing, you want to peel it back so that the sticker's still on that sticky paper, you know? Pull only about half of it back on the, and we're talking like on the bigger ones.
Yeah.
Half of it back and you snip it off, right?
Yeah.
And then you hold it and you press right where that cut line was, you press that on, and then you sweep up, and then you pull up on the bottom part and you peel that backing off, and then you sweep down, and it keeps you from getting any of the bubbles and everything in there.
Mm-hmm. I've installed a bunch of them. The trouble I'm having now is we're trying to find out, you got the strong grip and the regular grip. But for some reason, like on these Pop Life toys ones where you've got so many turns and so many small pieces, half the stuff doesn't want to come off the paper. And then when you have it stuck to the computer monitor, it wants to stay stuck on the plastic. Even though when I pull back, I pull at a direct backwards angle to make a sharp line that should lift it up.
That's where you don't want to do that. What you want to do is like on those little ones, is roll it, and you want a curved roll, and as it rolls, it'll peel the sticker off. If you make a sharp curve, what'll happen is it creates a suction and it'll pull the sticker up with it.
So rolling from the side all the way along, just create a roll.
Your sticker's like this, right?
Yeah.
So you would grab on this side and you would pull so that the sticker rolls over, or the paper rolls over. And what happens is as it rolls, the sticker comes off. Where if you make a sharp angle, it'll just pull the sticker up with it.
Something to think about. I got to try that. I got enough space on my monitors to put a few different.
There's a lot of tricks to it because we used to do decals and stuff on cars and all that. And that's how we used to do our banners too. We'd buy the big banner material and then we'd put the vinyl on there. And you know, when you're doing a 48 by 6 foot banner, it gets pretty intense.
But y'all use heat guns and stuff if you get a little bit out of whack to move stuff back in place, don't you?
No, we always, what we do is we get it all set up, we measure it, get it set up, use a thing of like 1 inch like painter tape.
Yeah.
And you tape that onto the decal so that it would sit on the banner. And then we'd lift up 1/2, cut that backing off, and then roll it down on. Then we'd take the tape off, pull up the other side, pull the backing off, lay it down, and then roll that attachment paper off.
Gotcha. Well, she's doing the t-shirts and all that other stuff.
Oh, yeah, because now you can do the heat transfer.
It's as bad as Pops when it comes to how much you can spend very rapidly on materials and cutters and presses. And
oh, yeah, wait till she starts looking at the glow-in-the-dark stuff. That's expensive.
She doesn't know about it yet, I don't think.
Yeah, glow-in-the-dark and metallic vinyl is expensive.
She's got some metallics, but most of those are iron-ons. And a bunch of glitters, too. So, I like it. It's working well for us. We did do 2 pickups that we just bought on Chalice. Yeah, that was the Chalice box. Was it Chalice? Yeah. So I picked up the Imperial Death Trooper because the green in him is just awesome. And it came in their 0.5 protector, I do believe. I know it's not their 0.6. Because Chalice is, or is it Shumi that came out with a 0.6?
I think that was Shumi.
Even though Shumi has a 0.45 from $7. No, they don't. Everybody else does.
No, yeah, it was Shumi because they came up with that little window thing for the barcode, and then they came out with the 0.6.
So, and then we got the Clone Trooper. You got to have the Clone Trooper when you start watching Clone Wars. I need me a dang Rex.
I gotta tell you, I love these things. Look at that.
The pop armors?
Yeah, the way that the pop is like so secure in there and it doesn't want to just fall out. It's like,
You dropped your JSA cert there.
oh yeah. But yeah, I love that because like I was putting it in there and I was like, man, it's gonna make it so nice because if it ever falls over, it's not gonna just come flying out.
Yeah. So I have a very interesting question for y'all. I want to say it was posed on the Gasolcast group. Might have been Dr. Applesauce group, not sure. I'd like y'all's reply. I'd like to see what y'all think. So if Pops had no monetary value whatsoever, would you still collect them?
Yep. I would. That's for sure.
I used to would have said sure because I bought what I wanted because I thought it looked cool. And I still do. Like I picked up Hobbs and Shaw from the new movie because I think they're awesome characters. But there are certain things I'm starting to collect now that are investments that if something were to happen, like I really get hurt and I have to stop working and I go on half pay. Right now, that bank robber Joker's climbing high enough that he could become a mortgage payment if it had to be. So as much as my pew-pews are an investment because they are somewhat liquid assets if they have to be, and being an FFL, I could transfer them in and then sell them legally. So it's not like face-to-face where it's legal in the state, but people question it. Background checks, all that fun stuff. You don't have to worry. But I used to have probably 30K in pew-pews. And now I have probably, 10 to 12.
What's up, Chunk?
What's up, Chunk? I think my PPG list that hasn't changed very much, and I'm still missing a bunch in my Funko app. Like half of my collection isn't in there. It climbed from 6,000 to over 8,000. And that just shows me that, towards the early part of the year, Funko was going down. We are, Chunk. But Funko's on the rise back up. I do not like, and I do like, so as a collector, I like that they have re-released most of the 1 through 10 blue box. But I know for some of the collectors that had them when they were worth a bunch of money, that is a very upsetting thing. Because it instantly kills your value when a re-release is announced. But for a collector like me who got into the Star Wars game great, it's awesome because I'm able to pick up those pops. But let's say you had Han Solo and Luke in the Stormtrooper outfits. Mint, pop armors, 10 out of 10. And all of a sudden they announce a re-release and they go from $700 and $800 pops down to $40 pops. Because no longer does the date on the bottom of the pop mean anything. Now those won't because they're convention pops. But didn't they re-release an MHA pop that was a convention pop? Wasn't it the Weekend All? No,
it was the glow in the dark All Might. the Funimation one.
Yep. And wasn't that a convention pop?
I don't think so. No, it was just a Funimation one as far as I knew.
Eric, you just bought $2,000 in Funko stock? Wow, where? Where do you buy your stock from? In Cash App, you can buy stock, but I don't think Funko's part of it.
Yeah, I don't. For me, I don't even the monetary thing. Yeah, it's cool. Like when I open up my Funko app, you know, and it has the total on there and all that. That's kind of cool. But for me, I collect what I like. You know, that's why when they re-released All Might, I was so mad that I didn't get one. You know, because I want to have the complete set. But it's a double-edged sword. Yeah, it's great that, you know, the collecting world has some value for what we collect, but it also is kind of just a kick in the pants when there's that one that you really, really want and it's $200.
So there's a double-edged sword to that through JD Ameritrade. Not the best, but it's going back up. Yes, it is. I have been buying more expensive pops or doing trades to get more expensive pops. Sometimes because your more expensive pops are your more obscure characters. And the more obscure they are, the more expensive they are, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I would love to get my hands on the Baby Metal set. And the only problem is to get that entire set, I think it's like $300.
What's that?
Baby Metal. It's a Japanese group. They're like if you were to mix Japanese pop music with metal. So it's straight up like it sounds like you're listening to like the intro to an anime as their music.
Chunk, I don't know that they will stay a fad, because if they drop Star Wars and Marvel sodas, they'll take off. Because people like that they're all limited and they know the number of pieces they are.
Mm-hmm.
And I've went 1 out of 27 at chases, which kind of turned me off of them. In every single box of 5 pins I've opened, I've gotten a chase out of there.
And I can guarantee you, they drop a Cthulhu soda Funko, I will buy a few of them.
No, I do not think the pins are going anywhere. Let me show you why. What is going on, Jerry? I think I sent you the link in Instagram, Jerry. Are you feeling like coming on live with us, brother? We got some interesting conversation going on tonight.
I need to grab a beverage. I'll be right back.
Better be a family-friendly beverage. I'm just playing. Better bring some hot sauce, too. So they're hard as crap to get out of the package, but you really don't hurt the packaging getting it out. But these pins made me get out of Fig Pen altogether. And let me show you why. Not only is the Iron Man beautifully...
I grabbed a Mountain Dew.
That's good.
It's Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Mountain Dew, I swear.
You see the raised, how the head's raised off the body. I'm trying to do this in a way that y'all can see. And then how the eyes are raised. Yeah. But you've also got raised texture on him. When they make these glow, these are going to be awesome. So this one, being as heavy as it is, has 3 frogs on the back. Or it's got the stand with the crown in it. Very smart detailing that let them stand at an angle that's perfect. It's also got, on the back, it's nothing but crowns.
That's kind of cool.
So they really went above and beyond in the detailing. And the fact that they are 1-for-1, 1-to-1 ratio of the pop, and you can put two of them back to back in a protector. It allows you to do something like this.
I might actually have to look into getting a couple of those.
So we've got Loki, who is number 4. And because they decided to do it the right way, the chase is a number 5. But what you get on a sideways is Loki 4 and 5. No matter how you look at it, but you flip it, you've got a common and you've got the chase. Now, I think they did pretty good on Loki. The Toy Story Alien, I'm never getting rid of. I love it. So the Disney set, I could never get it. Yeah, Star Wars fig pins, they've released one. And I missed the drop, even though I was on Figpin's site. And it was Luke on a Tauntaun.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, it was an XL.
Yeah. And it just, I don't know. I'm over Figpin. If anybody's into Figpin, I have the gold 400-piece set. Managed to sell my logo pins for a crazy amount. And if anybody really wants to get into fig pins or wants to flip fig pins, I will sell what I have at a really cheap price. In fact, I've listed some of it on Macari. I do have the Spider-Man Far From Home bundle from NYCC. Included with that, because they didn't put Miles Morales in it for some reason, I have the Fig Pin Shop exclusive Miles Morales. And I also have the Disney 400-piece gold Toy Story set. Neither one of those have the logo pins. They still sell for around $100, which is what they cost. So not a great value, but the way Figpin does it, where your rares are so hard to get and your numbers matter to collectors. Literally the fact that of all 18 logo pins, only one of them was a second run, and my pink logo pin was 2 of 250. I told him the lowest I would take because of Macari fees, and 2 seconds later, it was purchased. Put them up at $1,000 for 18 pins, which is a little less than I had, a little more than I had in them, just barely more. I wasn't making much, but I knew by the time I jumped down and Macari fees that I would break about even, because a lot of them I did trades for. They came in sets, or I'd buy 3 or 4 at a time to get them cheaper. In the end, I made almost $800 selling those logo pins. Macari's good and bad. It's a double-edged sword. They are very smart. They will only let you instant transfer $500 a month. Not a day, a month. So what that leaves is you either willing to direct deposit it to your bank, which can take up to 5 days, or you end up spending it on Macari like I did. I bought the Rode shotgun mic, the Video Go to sit on top of the Sony VZ1 that's coming. A guy with bad ratings and a couple of refunds had it up. He had used it twice and then went with the bigger mic. Was selling it a $99 mic for $55. It's in the box. I figured I'd take a shot because with Macari, if you get it and it's not what you ordered, literally Macari will give you a return label to send it back and you get a full refund. So you got, it's as easy as eBay, but even easier because eBay is going to make you do resolution and all this crap. Try to contact the person. Macari won't let you share information. If you're going to tell them you're on IG, you have to do like an I and then an underscore and then a space and a 1 and a 7 and then put a capital G there and then tell them to look at your Macari name. And then in the next one, don't forget the underscore. Because if not, their bots will catch it and it'll get deleted by an admin. One time I received the incorrect material. I was buying tools and he sent me the wrong tools. I bought from this guy before. We were trying to do an exchange where I sent him back the wrong ones. He sent me the right ones. On a swivel bobble. Macari completely screwed the pooch on that one. I shipped on my own shipping label. The guy never reshipped the product, and it took a fight with moderators because they kept shutting down conversation. I finally had to get admins involved to get money back. So, was not a happy experience. And after that, I stopped on Macari for a while. But eBay's fees are just getting ridiculous. But I do believe some of the drama will leave YouTube when selling pops doesn't become as big a part of lives. Therefore, I turn to Macari, I eat the fees, buying pops I want. I'm not bringing as many pops to y'all. I do put a link to my Macari post. If you see something you like in a video, you can hit me up on a DM. But that way, we're not pushing people for money. We're not playing waffles. If you want a waffle, we could consider one. If somebody's got some of the waffle, I might let it happen. But I was referred to in somebody else's live as the all waffle channel. And that's not what I want to be. So I don't think I'll ever be as good as Dr. Applesauce at bringing content that's not about opening a box, because rarely is his opening a box. I mean, probably half of his are. He talks about what's going to make a chase rare or hold its value. And I honestly thought the Flash, or the Kid Flash chase, would hold value better because it was a Hot Topic exclusive.
Yeah, that one. I can't wait till Hot Topic opens up because I got a few of those sitting there. Because I want the chase, not for the monetary value, but I just like the glow on it.
I got rid of it. I like the Flash, but not as much, not enough to collect it over something else. So I got rid of them either in a wheel or a waffle. On here with y'all, somebody won it. If you watch the waffles that happen on Instagram, there's some big money in those waffles. And they're 30, 40, 50, 60% over PPG, some of these legit guys. And I was talking to one of them, and I said, if I do them, I do them at 10% over. He said, if you come on Instagram and do them at 10% over and I share it, people aren't going to play it because they think it's a scam. He said, because the people that play the real money waffles will not play in one that sits at PPG. They don't think it's real. The one thing I will tell you about Macari is it takes a whole lot less work to take a picture or two, post it up, and sell it than doing waffles and doing wheels. I wish that they would integrate into my shipping software, which I've emailed them about, and they're trying to make that happen, but they're not set up for that yet because I don't use their labels. I ship for free on everything. And I ship with my software, which means I'm paying for postage up front, and sometimes it's 3 to 5 days before I get reimbursed. Not a big deal. But I will tell you, the way the Amber Chomp happens made me get out of chomps. Pirate ship.
Shipping.
Pirate ship is great for people that ship a little bit, or people that aren't set up with integrated software where you hit buy the label and it has software that prints automatically. You don't ever have to go into a print screen. You don't have to do anything. It uses an API link that's super easy to hook up to your printer called WebShip Link with my XPS ship. And my Rolo's there. I have to program it to be 20 millimeters higher or minus 20 because it prints off for some reason. So I've got two settings, two images of the printer, which is annoying, but they help you set it up. And I click buy the label and my label prints out of my Rolo. Awesome. Super easy. I used to do packing slips when I'd have like 20 orders on top of the toolbox to ship. I ship stuff as it prints now, especially working from home. So I'm sure Will is supposed to be coming on with us at some point tonight. I'm sure y'all saw that I had the flocked EV WonderCon pop that I still think has an incorrect PPG posted. I posted it because it's not selling for what PPG says it's worth. Do you use 3M paper for your labels? Chunk, I have a thermal printer and I buy thermal labels, fan fold, in a box of 1,000. I buy 2,000 at a time on Amazon. 2,000 is $20. And it's just, you can get rolls or fan fold. I tear the corners off the box, push the plastic down, and it literally just comes out of the box and feeds through the machine. But I used to print, I would buy the Avery ones at first, the half page ones, and print, and then turn it around and print again. But if you look on Amazon, you can get the same labels. You just got to know what number they are on Avery. You can get the off brand for almost no money. I think I am losing some interest in black box figures. I sent the Purge Trooper, to somebody as a gift. And that's, wow, Gasolcast is going to have Connor McConnell on tomorrow night.
Mm-hmm.
The founder of Chomp, the creator. They're getting some big names on their show.
Yeah, I feel stupid because I got a friend request from him on Facebook and I denied it because I was like, I don't know who this is.
Dude.
I was at work. I was dealing with stuff and all that. And I get all the time, I'll get friend requests from people, in the community or whatever. And that popped up and I'm like, I don't know that guy. And I just, and then when the picture popped up on their thing, I went, oh, man.
So Funko Shop has made me happy twice recently. With the Harry Potter Invisibility Cloak pop that I was able to pick up. And I was having a really bad day that day. And it said sold out for the first 3 minutes. And then all of a sudden it was in stock. They forgot to put the in stock price on there. And I was like almost in tears. I was upset. It'd been a really bad day. I was talking to Dana to see if she got it because she collects Harry Potter too. And lo and behold, it shows back up. I'm able to get to. I'm waiting for them to get here. I see people coming to Facebook and stuff with pictures of their out-of-box look at the pop. And I'm like, I want my dang invisibility cloak pop to get here. Ordered 2 of them. But I managed to get 2 of the Kraken.
Yeah, and I'm mad at you for that because that was one I wanted so bad.
That's been one of the only mythical creature, isn't it? Mythical or myths and legends creatures. It's been one of the only ones I've wanted. I didn't want Nessie. I didn't care. And I got Kraken not for value, but being a sailor, I mean, Kraken's like the legend you avoid. And he's got a ship in his hands. And then to find out he's blue and purple metallic. Oh, dude.
Yeah, I wanted it because, the whole Cthulhu thing and all that. And I was like, oh, I so want. And nope.
Well, they're selling for over $100 right now. Yeah. I have 2 of them coming. I plan to keep both of them.
No, yeah, I plan on waiting and seeing if I can, snag one for $50 if it goes down.
Well, I've already promised somebody else that they would be my first phone call if I sold it.
Oh, wow. The Sphinx went back up on the site.
What did?
The Sphinx.
On Funko's site?
Yup. And right now, last I seen, that thing was going for like $200. Because even when Pop Culture got it, it said no U.S. shipping, and all this and that. And people were just mad.
Did y'all see how much that 10-inch Huckleberry Hound Chase is going for? Spastic had it for $199.
Woo.
I wish my freaking Trolls Chase that Jay Funko found for me would help me out and jump up in value. I didn't do the pops around the world because I missed the passport, or I would have because of the pins that come with them. I just think it's cool.
Well, the passport, it sold out, and then it restocked like later on.
I don't think the Sphinx looks cool at all. I had the Jackalope for a while, and it was really cute. But they're just making so many exclusives now that they don't run out of them. And then you never know which one's going to be extremely rare. And I was surprised that it was a 6-inch pop. They let you buy 2 of them, but it was that small of a run. That really surprised me. I figure anytime they let you buy 2, it's going to be a bigger run. Because not on all of them, they don't let you buy 2. Or that might be the new thing. But I was able to get 2, go to checkout, and I got out in time. Went back to get 2 more, and they were gone. I wasn't going to buy 2. I just wanted to see. I think within, 4 minutes they sold out, or was it quicker than that?
Of what?
Them selling that pop out.
The Kraken?
Yeah.
It was less than like a minute and a half.
But like that Harry Potter I wanted so bad. Oh, that's a different one. Oh, so the Funko Shop had it around him. The Common has it in front of him as he's about to throw it over him. Okay, well, I'm not picking that up from the Funko Shop. I have that movie moment. Basically got a 43-cent gift card back because I had so many pre-orders that GameStop couldn't get in time that I canceled. But they've got a lot of new Harry Potter coming out that I want, specifically because I remember when it happened in the books and the movies. I got the full U-Ball line of the students and the teachers because I liked it. And that was a very important movie in the turn of events. If you're a Harry Potter nerd as I am, that is when the return of Voldemort was announced to the world. It made Hogwarts change. You don't know what I'm talking about. We're not going to talk about it for a second. But I've never wanted a Paka Paka before. But I really want the Tulip Ninjas. Like, I want to see how many it'll let me add to my cart.
Yeah, I mean they're only $5 a piece, so.
So I wonder how much shipping is on 10 of them.
Probably not that much.
You can do checkout and Hollywood pickup now.
Yeah. I don't live in California anymore, so,
But you can't do Washington pickup. Why is that? Because that store's still closed. They're only charging me $6.95 to ship 10 Paka Pakas. That would be a hilarious unboxing.
Well, yeah, because that's only a box that's like 1 foot by 1 foot by 1 foot.
No, it'd be bigger than that.
No, those Paka Pakas are only 3-inch figures.
Yeah, but the sphere is like that big.
Do they come in a sphere? I thought they came in the
in a sphere wrapped.
Huh.
And you could add more than 10. I wonder how many I could add.
It's funny. I'm looking through their stuff and to see the stuff that they've actually, well, it's not restock. It's the stock they've gotten back from stores. Oh,
Yeah,
look at them. The flame trooper from Mandalorian.
yeah, they got all the Mando pops back.
Yeah.
I don't think they've necessarily gotten them all back from retailers as much as retailers canceled orders because they weren't open. I am one that no matter how many commons I buy in a chase hunt, I don't return pops to stores unless they're damaged. If I get it, I get it. You know, there's a lot of people that'll do the chase hunt and then take all the commons back. I'm not that person.
You can't do that at Hot Topic, though.
Within 7 days, you can.
No, you can't. They changed it. If it's got a chase variant, you can't return it.
Huh.
Yeah,
I've
if you order multiples of something that has a chase variant and you try and return it, they will tell you no.
It depends on who you know. The manager offered to return anything I didn't want, and I told him, nope, I bought it. I'm keeping it. I have a ton of the $2 and $3 clearance pops that I'll probably never get rid of. But he had a bunch he needed to get rid of. I was building a friendship with the guy. I bought a bunch of them, like 200 pops that day. If anybody needs Cuphead pops, I have them.
No.
If anybody needs cheap Simpsons pops, I have them. Like the little baby, what was that, Maggie and Grandpa, but not the expensive ones. If anybody needs some Crimes of Grindelwald pops, I have a few of those. I just bought them all. I'll typically go in after box lunch had their exclusive out for a week or two and they restock and they get that big restock. I'd go in and buy a bunch of any exclusive box lunch because they sell really well online because there's not a lot of box lunches. I got a lot of Sir Brianna Tarth from Game of Thrones. I still have a lot of Sir Brianna Tarth from Game of Thrones. So
yeah, that show was good or the pops were good up until the last season, and then they just went blah.
So I went to Target and I bought more Hot Wheels than I bought pops. But I bought 2 pops the last Target run. My wife went that day and bought me a bunch of pops. But I didn't go for all of them in the show, which I didn't know there were more. I didn't even look at the back of the box, but I went after Hobbs and Shaw. Because not only do I like Jason Statham and The Rock, I mean, I really like the characters they play and how immersed in the characters they are. Now, they're people pops. You cannot tell that's The Rock at all. Any shape, any form, any fashion. You cannot tell that that's The Rock. And you can, I would say, can't even tell that that's Jason Statham. Doesn't remind me of Jason Statham whatsoever. But it's Hobbs and Shaw.
That reminds me.
Unless I have not gotten to see the movie yet. Unless it hadn't come out, I'm not sure. I see all of them. Not sure which is which. But I saw Hobbs and Shaw and I liked them. I wish I'd never sold my OG Fast and Furious pops. Yeah, I even had Dom Toretto and his Charger, which I didn't sell them. They went in a mystery box that went to the luau. It was a $250 mystery box. And I'm like, holy crap, what am I going to do for him that he doesn't have? And I had that set, and that seemed unique enough. So I sent him to the luau. Wish I hadn't gotten rid of him. Got a new hat today. It's a dad hat. But look at it. Hey. Stars and stripes, baby. So I'm sure y'all seen from a little bit of drone footage my shop, the Red Barn. To make it even more America and redneck, we are going to get my wife to print out the non-permanent vinyl to make an American flag on the building with spray paint. So the red's already there. We just got to print the cover for the red to spray paint the white stripes. And then we have to have the inverse and the stars to paint the flag portion, or we'll have to paint it white first and then paint the blue over it. We'll have to paint the whole square white and then paint the blue over it when it dries by laying the pattern down, the inverse of the pattern, pulling it up, leaving the stars, and then spraying the blue. But I have decided I think I'm going to do it. I mean, why not?
So there's a couple of people at work that are anime fans and stuff, and I had to show them a pop yesterday that I went to pick up, and a couple of people there they thought it was kind of crazy that I collect pops. They're like, those little bobblehead things. And I'm like, yeah. And I showed them this pop, and they're like, holy cow! I didn't know they made stuff that detailed. I thought it was just those little bobblehead looking things, but I showed them this one.
What is that?
That's Shishomaru's demon form dog.
From what?
Inuyasha.
Okay. So we talk about detail. The C3PO unfinished that I pulled today. I wanted this pop. I almost bought this pop because he looks freaking awesome. You can see the wires sticking off the body and the eyes raised in what looks like empty sockets. I want to know how they have so many Smuggler's Bounty pops when these were supposed to be exclusive to the Smuggler's Bounty box. I don't think a single Smuggler's Bounty pop is worth money.
The Smuggler's Bounty box, that was around for a while.
Yeah, but like Chalice, no. Yeah, Chalice had 96 of these, I think, in the drop. Where do they get 96 brand new ones from? And they had them for sale on their site.
So a while back, Amazon ran a deal where some of the older boxes that were left over, Amazon sold them really cheap. And the Smuggler's Bounty boxes, there was 3 of them, I believe. You could get them for $10. So that's probably what happened is they got on there and they just bought a bunch of Amazon stock.
I don't know, because I'd leave a whole lot of extra crap you'd have to get rid of. But if they're them, they could probably keep the T-shirt and keep the pop and just throw everything else in the trash. Eric, I seen your comment. I tried to comment on it and I squirreled. I did not pre-order the Blacklight pops from Target. If I see them and I like them, I'll pick them up. But I think the box is cooler than the pop. C3PO will probably come out of box and sit on my desk next to the Dagobah R2-D2 because I love the detail in them. And I've got 2 of them. I got one in box and a protector and one that sits out of box. I've never seen them go to sleep before until I was watching an episode of Clone Wars. I'm past that now. But I saw them go to sleep because they ran out of juice. They ended up on a pirate ship, and somehow a hole got blown in a pirate ship. They ended up on a separatist ship, and all of a sudden Jedi came, and they went with the Jedi. Oh, the luck they had. Quite funny, if you ask me, how everything works. We've had a good time talking today, me and Joe, trying to plan tonight. We were going to do a whole bunch of questions and some questions for the audience and ways to set up a cool giveaway. And I'm like, why don't we just hang out? Just have fun. And that's what we're doing. We do have a giveaway. And thanks to Chunk and his waffle he did, it is the Diamond Harley Quinn, the pink diamond Harley Quinn. I don't need it. I have 2 of them. And they were both mint. So I brought one of them out here for y'all.
Oh, did you get your Chrome Mando yet?
No.
Mine's supposed to be here Monday.
I think mine have shipped.
But everybody's saying it came in mint. I haven't
But
heard anybody say that theirs came in bad.
I heard some people say that nothing but the helmet's chrome.
Huh?
I heard somebody say that.
Every picture I've seen, like, it's his full getup.
So he's got the whole Beskar armor on. Hey,
Yeah.
Christina. I was wondering when you were going to get here.
Hey.
Look what the giveaway tonight is.
He's gonna be like squee.
That is the diamond pink Harley Quinn. We're just hanging out and talking. All that's been in the news is hatred and rioting and everything else, and I just want to talk and have fun today. So that's what we're doing. I am excited that my Joker 2-pack hit $660 in a week. It jumped up another $150. And that single pop, the non-glow, is holding at $300.
Man,
It's just going to keep going up. It's a 480-piece Gemini collectible.
yeah, my most expensive pop now is a My Hero Academia pop. No, because the one I have isn't the con exclusive, so it's only $50. So no, it's still my Supernatural Sam with Baby Chase pop, which is $65. But like I said, I'm not worried about the monetary value. I just collect what I like.
Yeah, I know what you mean. And
I mean, it'd be cool if I had, like the My Hero Academia Grail or something. It'd be like, oh yeah, that thing's worth $200.
what is it, Master Chaco? Is that the most expensive?
Masa Choco, Tenya, and Glow in the Dark All Might. Those are the three like unobtainable grails for me right now.
Glow in the Dark All Might still has his value, even though they re-released him.
Well, he's like $90, but I'm not spending that much on a pop.
So I thought I was getting big into Tiny Ghost. I ordered the gold and the silver. They are an easy resell. People pay a lot of money to get 200 and 300 piece drops, but I didn't buy them to resell. I realized I thought they were kind of ugly. I bought the sharks because I like the sharks. Baby shark, do 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 do.
I don't know.
I got kids, so I mean that was cool. And there's a blue shark in there. I like the detail. The last one they dropped had no interest in it. Didn't even try. That is the collector in me more than the seller in me. I have had some interesting talks with folks on Macari that think they deserve to sell stuff over PPG.
Yeah, I got a guy who tried to sell me a rainbow Batman for $200
because they don't believe PPG is accurate, and I'm like, sometimes it's not, but typically it is.
What? Really? I'm at 40 subscribers.
Huh.
Last I knew I was at like 12 or something.
I think I subscribed to you from a bunch of channels too.
Mm.
I do that for a lot of people.
Well, I don't have any content up, my YouTube thing, I tried making some videos and everything. I got a lot of flack for making videos because at that time I was friends with Rob from Popcorn and Flicks, and
Oh yeah, that was a disaster.
yeah. I mean, my whole thing is because when I became friends with him, like Rob had issues, and I told him, I was like, dude, anytime you got a problem and you need to talk or whatever, just let me know, hit me up. And he did, and I would talk to him and stuff, So for me, because that's the type of person I am. If anybody's got a problem and they got to talk, I mean, it's like, hit me up, I'll talk. And because of that got me like a bad rap for a while, and I had people oh, you're stupid. No. It was like, whatever. Anybody should know by now. I'll be friends with anybody. I don't care.
Yeah, you put up with me.
Which
Man, pops are climbing in value. I'm looking through my collection at pops that used to be $12 and $13 pops. Like the DC 2-pack of Harley and Joker at the beach was a $13 2-pack when I got it. It's up $27. The Diamond Edition Harley Quinn, the red and black one that I have, is up to $28.
Let me check real quick because last I knew that 10-inch Cthulhu I had was worth $50. It's still on sale on the site for $30.
The Thor where he's holding Stormbreaker and his hammer. I can't ever say the name. The FYE one's at $28. Mjolnir, that's it. That's
the Americanized version.
The gold troll, diamond troll, that's still available in the Funko shops, $28. The glow Kylo Ren that came out of the t-shirt box that you can still get at Target is $29. Giant Man from Ant-Man, which I bought on Amazon when he went on sale for $15. He made sense as a 10-inch pop. He's now $29. Princess Leia from B-Spin is $30. Does anybody know what Hawk Moth is?
Hawk Moth? Dude, people have been trying to sell me that blue-green Cthulhu for like $50-$60. And his PPG is 23. That's ridiculous.
The Princess Diana Chase is finally on the rise, but I sold it. It went in the box.
Geeky Cthulhu went down.
To how much?
$290.
I'm looking at the ones that surprised me that went up.
$45 for the 10-inch Cthulhu, and it's $30 right now on Funko.
Ron Weasley in his Yule Ball robes. Those ugly brown and red robes. I have that pop. It's a common. It's a $33 pop. The Falcon, which I love. I got that pop from Ultra All Might in a trade. He's up to $34. The Dark Side Anakin Skywalker, which I hadn't sold and then got back with the yellow eyes from Walgreens, up $35. Mando on the Blurg is up to $35. From Miraculous,
that's only a $30 pop.
Miraculous with her Tiki was hard to get. She was 17 when I got her. She's up to $36. Let's see. What else is surprising?
Thanks, Eric.
Iron Patriot from Iron Man 3. Did he go up or down?
So, hey, I don't know if you mind if I ask this question for everybody, but so I've been kind of on the fence about it. People think I should do it, but people who know me know I collect all kinds of stuff. Watches, whiskeys, pops, collectibles, all that stuff. And I've thought about doing some other videos of, like whiskey reviews or watch reviews or anything. What do you guys think? If I did something like that, would you guys be interested in watching stuff like that?
Nope, hot sauce reviews.
Well, that's the other thing too, But everybody that watches this knows hot sauce reviews on my stuff.
Slave Leia's up to 60. And that Futura Boba Fett is up to 60.
Wow.
Rainbow Troll is holding steady at $80.
Well, I know you would watch me, Christina. I love Christina. I'll have a late night at work, a bad night or whatever. And she's just like, hey, how's it going? And just cheers me up. She's awesome.
So, whiskey, I'd like to see him drink enough whiskeys to get just a little bit tipsy and then start doing shots of hot sauce. I think you should do a hot ones challenge kind of thing, but you start it hot and go to burning your butthole out.
So last night I hung out at the cop shop a little bit before I left because we were talking pew pews, and
Of
one of,
course, yeah.
one of the gals goes, "Hey, I got an extra thing of noodles. I figured you'd want because I can't eat it, so I brought it." And I was like, "What's that?" And she goes, "It's this," and she hands it to me, and she goes, "Every time I eat it, I get a nosebleed." And I was like, "Really?" And I looked at it, and I was like, "Oh, dude, you should try their double spicy one." And she goes, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's the one like they do all the challenge videos on." She goes, "There's hotter?" And I was like, "Yeah, this one's good, but there's like hotter." And she goes, "There's no way." And I went, "Well, they also have one that's even hotter than that. It's called nuclear." And she's like, "Have you had that one?" And I was like, "Of course I have." And she's like, "I don't see how you still have a stomach."
So, Jerry, I'm guessing you're not feeling better because you're not talking as much, and we tried to get you to come in. Am I becoming enough of a Star Wars person that I'm starting to get legit? Because now I want more.
Well, you did start watching. I mean, you started watching Star Wars after I was like, "Dude, you need to watch it." Then
Uh,
you're like, "Oh, I'm out of films," and I'm like, "Watch Clone Wars." Now you're watching Clone Wars.
no,
I mean,
I'm most of the way through season 3 already.
and then after that, I think you got Rebels.
Yeah, Ahsoka's still a little Padawan.
I still, I've been trying to do it while I'm at work, but listen to the audiobooks for it's called Death Troopers, and it's basically where they find a ship and there's zombie stormtroopers. It's Star Wars with zombies.
No,
What?
I'm good.
You'll get there. It happens in Clone Wars.
That's fine, but I don't
I
care.
know you don't do books.
Well, I don't say that.
Well,
I have had like 7 different e-readers. I used to read a lot. And then I ran out of books I wanted to read, and then I ran out of time to read the books I wanted to read. I used to read every John Grisham novel. There was only 2 or 3 I couldn't finish. Let's see. Chambers, one of them. I could never. I've tried 3 times to finish that book and couldn't catch enough interest to finish it. But the Lee Child Jack Reacher series I loved, and the Harry Bosch series that's a show on Amazon that's okay is excellent books. He's one of those cops that always pushes the limit and pisses people off, but gets a lot of results.
Why did both the feeds stop?
What do you mean?
Both my computer and Xbox, the feed is frozen.
That's because people aren't commenting as much.
No, I
Probably
mean like the screen's frozen. I've got the
not for
loading.
me. Chuck just said, "Hey, Christina."
Weird. Let me try this. I'll restart it. So I may get a lot of snickers about it and everything, but one of the book series that I actually liked, but I hated the movies, was the Twilight series.
I actually kind of didn't mind the movies.
My thing is for one, they cut all the good parts of the books out.
They did. The Volturi scene when they showed up, though, like they nailed what I pictured the Volturi to look like.
You talking about the very last movie?
Yes.
No, my favorite part of those books was the chess, and I always talk about it. It was the chess match between Alice and Edward.
Yeah.
Because she was reading his mind and he was reading the future, or he was reading her mind and she was reading the future and everything. And then they both ended up just being like, "I give up." To me, that was like, that took some thought process to come up with that, to be like, oh, well, she can see the future and he can read her mind. So there's no way that either of them could do anything. I was like, that's kind of cool.
So read those books. I have an Edgar Pop still.
You have an Edward Pop?
Yeah.
Wow.
Might have two of them still.
Yeah, I thought about getting them.
Sparkly vampires. I mean, they kind of do go sparkly when they go out in the sun. That was in the books.
Even she didn't say sparkly.
I know.
She said his skin glistened. He could have been metallic for all we know, like a pearlescent, you know?
I know. I know. I know. Um, Hunger Games. Great
Those
book.
are good.
Excellent books. Lot of meaning behind them for adults to take outside of children reading the books and enjoying them. And I don't think they should have been geared towards teens in any way whatsoever.
The Virgin was another good set of books.
Didn't read that one.
The Maze Runner series.
Didn't read that one.
Immortal Instruments.
Henry Jackson and the Lightning Thief. Henry Jackson series.
I didn't get the chance to read those.
Dude,
everybody said they were good.
They're good. They're written on like a middle school level. My wife read the first one. Every day they'd read a chapter or two with my oldest, and he already wants to read the second one. I read all 5 or 6 of those books and then read the other ones that go with them that was like from the other side. Yes, Christina, I like that hashtag. We should get that hashtag going. Tonight's about things we enjoy. If anybody else wants to come on and talk about what they enjoy, I'm okay with that to an extent.
I like cheese.
I will tell you, I love Hot Toys, but I love pairing their pops next to them even more.
That'd be kind of cool, especially like if you had like a fig pen, and then you had like a pop pen, and then you had the figure, and then you had the hot toy, and that'd be kind of cool.
Said I enjoy the beach. I hate the freaking beach.
Okay, Annie. Sand, it gets everywhere.
Exactly. I do like the seafood, but so we take our camper, and when I say camper, I have a fairly nice camper. It is a pull behind, so it's technically a travel trailer.
Yep. They're making the series.
Yeah. I'm excited about that too. Because the movies didn't do it justice. The Medusa scene in the movies was ruined.
The only thing I really loved about the Percy Jackson series was what's her face was in it. The girl from Baywatch and all that.
Pamela Jackson?
No, the new Baywatch movie.
Oh.
I'm trying to remember what her name is. My friend always calls her eyebrows.
I don't know.
Because she hates her eyebrows. She's like, ah.
Zac Efron was in that movie. I don't really care. And The Rock was in it. It was dumb. Wasn't it The Rock?
Didn't like it? I thought it was kind of funny because to me it was a parody of Baywatch.
It was so cheesy. It's like Weird Al made a movie.
But that was why I liked it. Is it was like a parody of Baywatch. So,
but it was nothing to the quality of like Spaceballs.
Nothing will be the quality of Spaceballs. The only thing that comes close to that is History of the World.
I don't know. History of 2020 is going to be pretty interesting. This year will go down in the history books. Literally. So my wife didn't get her contract renewed, and they did not renew a contract of a really good teacher who, if she had worked one more month, would have been tenured. And she deserved it too. She's a volleyball coach, excellent science teacher. Yeah, I like pepperoni and bacon or pepperoni and sausage, preferably from Domino's around here. My Domino's is awesome.
Thanks a lot, Chunk.
I had dinner already. I had Zaxby's. It was good too. Oh,
I haven't eaten yet.
I have talked to y'all about the love and hate of Macari, that they only let you instant transfer 500. You have to wait till they rate the item to get your money. And with the post office sucking right now,
Christina, it's family
giggity.
friendly.
That is definitely a giggity. I mean,
we love her.
you walked into that one. Hey, Christina, I sent you the link to actually come in the show with us. Why don't you come hang out with us?
Yeah.
Um,
I'm ordering pizza from my work phone.
Why?
Because I'm on my phone.
Are you supposed to do that?
I don't know.
So I have not gone.
She's in pajamas, so she can't.
You sit at a table, put on a different shirt, and nobody would ever know.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Look, LBD used to jump in here not wearing a shirt.
I mean, how many times have I been live and I'm in like Captain America pajama bottoms? I didn't care. I'm not today. I'm wearing shorts. I figured if I'm going to go to work, I'm going to stop wearing gym shorts and actually wear shorts that I would wear to work. Yes, I work in an office. Yes, I wear shorts. It gets hot in my building and a lot of people are like shivering, but I've got fans running at my desk. So I wear shorts and can't get in trouble for it because unless you're management, there's no dress code in my building other than not blacklisted, Chunk. You just upset a bunch of people with what you said, so we're taking a break. I still love you, buddy. Still talk to you on the phone. I'm praying for y'all's situation. People just need a chance to get over what they got upset about. I think the world needs to be less sensitive, but at the same time, I think we need to respect everybody. Just because you don't agree with somebody, you got to respect them. And that's what I said. We're not going to bully. We're not going to hate. We're not going to be disrespectful on this channel if I can help it. I mean, sometimes I pop off at the mouth and Christine will say to me after the show, your show was great, but... And I'm like, what did I say this time? She said, well, this happened. I'm like, crap, I thought I did good tonight. I didn't behave perfect. But y'all should see what the backyard looks like. I wonder if the sun's still out. No, it's not. I'm looking through the crack in the framing around the air conditioning. It's dark. I would show y'all. Yesterday, my backyard was all mud. Today, it was all dirt. Tonight, it is not. Let's do a little live real quick. I got a shipment from Spastic on the way, and that has my bell in it. Yes, I bought the 2011 bell from Spastic. That is why part of my video was muted and a good bit of it was cut. I was not happy with shipping, and I was very vocal about not being happy. But the way that Curtis did to make it right, I did not feel like the video did it service. So I cut out a good bit of the video. I put in that comment. I shared the Instagram post. And when that when that drop that sat there for a while comes in, I told my wife I got it. And for once, she didn't get mad because my wife loves Beauty and the Beast. And that's awesome. So my termite inspection guy came out the other day and bought comic books from me. But I sold him like 17 books for $29. And he said, how can I pay you? I said, PayPal, Venmo, Cash App. He said, I can do Cash App. I'm like, okay, here's my Cash App. Christina said, Joe IG. I think you're in trouble, Joe.
Yeah.
So, hey, Christina,
I can't remember my password to log in on this phone.
How you like my new hat, Christina? It's the Stars and Bars and steel guitars. I have not given up on you. Now, that'd be cool to wear backwards. I am a dad hat guy, so I have a slightly larger head than normal, which means most hats
goofy backwards.
No, I would wear that backwards. You should send that to me. What's the front of it?
My old work.
I'll wear it. Send it to me. How dirty is it?
It's got some sweat in it.
This is brand new. This is Grunt Style. I haven't bought anything from Grunt Style in a long time, but when they said it was a dad hat, I'm like, yes. I love snapper Velcro, mesh in the back, full soft in the front, because I can wear them in the front and they don't just pull down over my head. They're comfortable. They look good. And this one looks awesome. I would wear it to work. But I don't typically go to work with a hat backwards. I just think that's a little bit too disrespectful. But I could walk into my building dressed like this right here. I'm going to back up so y'all can see what I'm wearing.
I'll be right back.
I could go in sleep pants, but I don't. I'm wearing Columbia shorts. I'm wearing flip-flops, a T-shirt, and a hat backwards. This is acceptable attire for work. Jerry, it was just a big misunderstanding with a joke. An opinion that was inappropriately shared is a good way to say it. It upset some people. I don't think I necessarily handled it as good as I should have because I still have some people upset with me. But I did not know that it was such a deal. I don't always catch things when I should. That's a good way to say it. Sometimes I miss things. And I missed big time on that one. Yeah, but I mean, it's in the past. I personally sent apologies to a lot of people because I felt terrible. And, things are what they are. Everything worked out in the end. I got fired for a joke I made once, which is when I stopped making jokes at work. It's when I put in headphones and ignored everybody else. Not because I wanted to be antisocial, but sometimes when I open my mouth, it doesn't quite come out like it's supposed to. I mean, that's just how it works. Yeah, I've been fired from a job before, and it's what it is. I said something inappropriate. Somebody took offense to it like they should have because it was inappropriate. Jarhead sideways ordering pizza. And I lost my job for it. It taught me to be careful what I say at work. And that is because coming from the Navy, my sense of humor is a little bit off. And when Jarhead gets back from ordering his pizza, he will tell you the same thing. Sometimes we can be a little bit different. Yeah, Chuck, it's okay, buddy. It happens. We all make mistakes. Yeah, I got suspended in school once for using a finger gun. Making the pew-pew sound. And I didn't do anything. I was literally just making a pew pew sound. But there's some things you just can't do. I learned the hard way. I definitely got in trouble one time in school when Eric, I didn't know you're a veteran. Thanks for your service, buddy. I dropped an F-bomb in the class in the lunchroom. Somebody told the assistant principal. And me being the comedic idiot I was, the teacher asked me, what did I say? And I said, you mean the F-U-C-K word. I said it in his office and started snickering. In school suspension, 4 days. That's what you get for being a smart aleck in the counselor's, in the principal's office. So it can happen. You can get yourself in trouble. You mess up, say the wrong thing, but you fix it and you move on. Apologize to the people that you upset and be done with it. And that's what I did, and it worked. I wish my motherboard would respond. We live in a much different culture than I grew up in. And if you upset somebody, they have a right to be upset. That's the honest to God truth. Whether I think I did anything wrong or not, you have to look at it from the perspective of how other people see it and how other people take it. And I had a real hard time realizing that. Because I didn't see it as anything more than something that it was. I never saw it past that. So until one of ours came to me and said something, I still didn't realize that I hadn't resolved it to the point that I needed to. But I put an anti-bullying post on my page after watching Dr. Applesauce make a Instagram TV video about bullying in the community over collecting different things, because he got absolutely smashed for calling a super plastic a grail to him when he's, getting so many other things than pops these days. People are giving him trouble for it. He can collect whatever he wants to. But at the same time,
you guys didn't hear that, did you?
Well, no, we couldn't hear anything. At the same time, I got bullied in school. My 9-year-old gets bullied in school. I've been bullied on the internet. I'm still here. I'm here less. I'm in a lot of people's lives. I just don't talk. Because I like avoiding conflict. I don't like being a part of conflict. And I agree. And Dr. Applesauce even said that. As you collect, your idea of cool changes and grows. I love hot toys, but I still buy 10 pops, 15, 20 pops to every hot toy. And that's probably how it's always going to be, because pops are something I love to have. Yeah, you got my chomp. I sold all my chomps. I literally said that not getting that amber chomp and the way they did it and blocking me from the collectors group pissed me off, and I sold all my chomps.
I just want to get that glow in the dark version of it. I love it.
Mine was signed by Connor.
Mm-hmm.
I don't let it cause gray hairs. My hair started falling out a long time ago, like 21, 22 years old. I just don't care. Shut up.
Luckily, you can't see it on the camera, but I'm getting gray streaks.
Be proud of them.
Was that Will popping in the backstage?
No, that is me checking why something's not behaving like it's supposed to be.
Oh, I gotta go put that table outside so they can leave my pizza.
Could you be as dramatic when you said that?
Oh no, they get mad if you don't have something for them to put the pizza on.
The ground. I mean, come on, just put it on the ground. It is what it is. So, how is everybody doing tonight? Does everybody want to play some family-friendly Quiplash? Like, imagine your child was sitting next to you as you were answering questions. That's how I want it to go down. And I've been told it can happen. It can be done. That is what I expect to happen. And if it can't happen, then we don't have to play.
All right, I gotta charge my airsoft.
That bird?
So we've got starlings really bad around our apartments. And so you can't walk down the sidewalk without getting attacked. And I just opened up my door to set the table out there, and they started trying to dive bomb me at my front door.
I'll watch like you know. I'm confused by what you mean by that, Eric. I don't get it. John Wick, for some reason, is laying on his back on top of my computer shooting at the ceiling. So the guy that came to pick up the pew today got delayed, but while he was here looking around, he took an Eevee Pop for his wife, who cosplays, and they did not know Funko Pops exist. When he comes to pick it back up, he is bringing his wife with him. He loves Star Wars, and she loves anime.
That's a good girl.
What?
No chunk, no white sauce.
Christina, remember, meat lovers with extra sauce.
I got a all meats with barbecue sauce, and then I got a free barbecue sauce and pepperoni with Papinos or whatever it is.
With what?
It's Papitos. It's like a calzone sandwich thing or whatever.
Papa John's?
Yep. Because I had a free pizza, so.
I don't remember what I was going over here to do. I squirreled.
And trying to stay. Oh, I missed.
So, those of y'all that watched my videos, what did you think about the one I just uploaded?
Oh, no way.
What? What?
Bands for Arms dropping a ad icon box.
Yeah, I don't buy ad icons.
People need to finish closing out those ones I got boxes pre-ordered in. I got a couple of the DCs, and I got another one. I can't remember what it was.
I got a couple of the DCs. Jerry, why didn't you jump on the stream with us? So somebody bought something for me on Macari, and I went to ship it, and I realized they live 45 minutes away. I have, I think, over 100 coming right now.
Wow.
So I was talking to Grambino's Pop Shop, to Graham, yesterday, and he's had a great week in mystery boxes. I forget whose problems with it was, with whose boxes it was, but he pulled the metallic Toy Story alien. It's like an $800 pop.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, because I think that's the one I have is the DC2 because it has I think that's the one that's got the pink metallic Batman in it.
I don't know, but I bought a bunch of Blue Chrome Star Wars today.
I just seen the Batman's in it, and I was like, I'll get a couple of those because I bought them before I knew that they had to be sold out before he shipped.
Sorry, I squirrel. So I want to do a giveaway tonight, but I don't know how to do it. I don't know how I should do it. I kind of want to do a couple, but I can't cover shipping on a couple. I kind of want to send out like 8 giveaways, but I can't cover shipping since we have 8 people in the thing right now.
I'll throw $5 your way.
That covers one person shipping.
Yeah. That way you can do more than one.
We got 9 people watching right now on YouTube.
Heck, who knows? Maybe I'll win a giveaway and then I'll just cover my own shipping.
I shipped you a present. I shipped Will a birthday present. I want to know where his.
Well, you already told me what my present was.
So I had to ask you if you want it.
Because it freaking just about put me in tears while I was at work.
You're supposed to be live with us. Why? It's a $6 pop.
Doesn't matter. It was the meaning behind it. I mean, for him to do that just melted my heart.
Oh. Yeah, I'm not even talking about that one. Yeah.
Oh.
So if y'all don't know what happened and y'all didn't see it on the live, y'all know Lucas is a special kid. I've shown y'all on Instagram lives before his dinosaur shelf. Stuff goes on it, doesn't get dusted, it doesn't get touched. Unless we have to rearrange it because there's no room. He's got the 10-inch T-Rex, which was very expensive to finally get a hold of, but I got it for him. Joe sent him what he calls Blucosaurus Rex. He sleeps with it every night. It is his attachment lovey right now. He loves that thing. And he pulled his Fortnite dinosaur, the girl version, not the boy, the girl, down and said, I want to send this to the guy that sent me my Blucosaurus Rex. Now, to us, that's a $6 pop. But for Lucas to take that pop off his shelf without being encouraged, he brought it out to the shop. I said, buddy, why do you have that? He said, I want to send it to the guy who sent me this, and holds his dinosaur up. He carries it everywhere. Y'all don't understand. My wife put on a YouTube video that was talking about dinosaurs. And Lucas starts naming off dinosaurs. And Addison looks at him. He's like, how do you know all the names of those dinosaurs? Words I can't pronounce, names I don't know how he's learned them, but he's figured them out. So he wants to mail it. He watches me package it. Addison has to go upstairs, dig through the boxes, find the box for it. I dust it off. I clean it. I put it in the box. Makes me put it in a protector. Makes me write on the protector because his handwriting is not neat enough yet. Watches me package the box, put the label on it, and make sure he took it to the front porch. I cried when I got tears in my eyes now.
I know, so do I, dude. I mean, I have a niece who's highly functioning autistic, and I know for her to give up something that's hers, like even like, hey, can I borrow your one of your pens from your art set? So when you told me that, man,
Now, I will admit a little bit of Lucas came out because I said, but buddy, that's off your dinosaur shelf. I said, Mr. Joe would be happy just knowing you wanted to send it. He said, no, we're sending it. I said, why? He said, because it's the girl version. I have the boy.
Yeah.
And I started laughing. He's just, he has been on a kick where he picks the YouTube video, and they've been watching like top 5 videos, like top 5 reptiles in India, most deadly snakes in India, all kinds of these videos. And my wife just lets them go. They're educational. She introduced him to Steve Irwin today. And we watch Brian Barczyk, the guy that runs the Reptarium in BHB, every single day. He wants to watch the snake video. He's got some cool reptiles.
Except now he's doing the egg cutting videos, and I don't like those.
I do. I like to see what he finds. I don't like it when the snakes jump at them and they film that and they kind of emphasize that. That makes me jump. But the way they interact with animals and the compassion they put towards these animals, it's not like animals live in cages to be seen in cages.
Like Bella, you can tell Bella is loved.
Yeah, and look at why did I just forget her name? His anaconda,
Ivy?
Yeah, Ivy. I wanted to call her Lucy for some reason. That's the big mean yellow snake.
Yeah.
The things he's learning as he messes with the species and how smart she is crazy. The fact that he'll sit in a cage and let her crawl all over him is even crazier. But Lucas loves those videos. I don't know why, but one thing about his videos is it's always positivity. Even when he says he brings us along for everything, even the ugly. Even when it's the ugly, he's still positive about it. When he goes to pull what should have been a super rare clutch of eggs and it's all infertile, he's still positive about it. I've watched people trash him on the internet. But he's got like 3 million followers, and every one of his videos gets like 700,000 views, and he uploads every single day.
Every day.
He's got a full-time editor, full-time videographer.
His staff is still working, even though they were all shut down and everything.
Well, the animals need the attention. He said if he had to sleep there, because they were on lockdown, he would sleep there and take care of everything, which I don't see how they would. He talked about what it cost to feed the animals every month. He spends $8,000 a month to feed those animals. Now, I'm not a huge fan of snakes. I'm not a huge fan of people that reproduce snakes. But what they're doing with genetic mutations in pythons by taking traits that become dominant and non-dominant and producing new species, it's pretty dang cool. Some pretty good-looking snakes. I'll never own one. Don't get me wrong. My kids.
Night Fury is beautiful. I would love to have that snake.
I love that.
For those of you who haven't seen, Night Fury is an all-black snake
that glows.
But when you put her out in the light, or him, it's
iridescent.
Scales of pearlescent. So it is beautiful.
All those colors when you see light reflecting off black, and you get that rainbow effect. Awesome. And Lucy getting angry and trying to bite, and then he gets her out and gets her in that tub of water, and I think she's going to end up with a cage like Ivy at some point.
Yeah. And Elvis, you gotta love Elvis, how they do the ball training to feed him and everything.
And now they're ball training snakes that would lunge.
Yep.
And it's doing good. The more that they learn about animals, the less I think they can be feared. I do think because the Bible made snakes the devil's creature, I do think there's a certain number of people that will always hate snakes. I was taught as a very early kid that snakes were not a good thing, and I've never liked them. I found out my property line goes almost twice the distance of my backyard further back. I haven't walked back there because there's a swamp at the end of my property line, a little pond, and copperheads live in it, also known as water moccasins. Not copperheads, cottonmouths. What are those things when they come out of the water to bite you? All you see is the white of their mouth. Now, you won't die from that bite, but it's going to suck as I shoot myself in the leg trying to get that damn snake off me. I don't go in the woods unless I'm wearing boots and thick jeans. A lot of times I wear Carhartt pants. I have snake boots.
Mm.
Now, I love going to the zoos and seeing snakes behind cages. What the heck are you showing me?
I'm trying to see if the camera will pick it up. Probably not. I've got a scar right here, and I've got a scar right here where I got bit by a rattlesnake when I was younger. But, yeah.
So,
for me, snakes didn't bug me until I got bit by that rattlesnake, and then rattlesnakes freaked me out. But other than that, I'm all good with snakes.
Nope. I will not walk in. Now, I will go. I love the reptiles at the zoo. I love watching them on the internet. I do not want to hold one. When I go in my pet shop to buy pops, I ask them not to pull the snakes out of the cages while I'm there. And I spend enough money in there that he respects that wish. Because the one time he did, I stood in the back corner and I said, hey, when that snake's back in its cage, you let me know and I'm leaving. He said, whoa, don't leave. I'll put it away right now. I said, no offense. I'm not trying to be rude to your business. I just can't handle snakes out of cages. And my son's over there asking to pull more snakes out of cages.
So it's funny because Eric's like, oh, and that's what led to joining the Marines. But no, funny story. When I was in the Marines, we're out in the desert, right? And there's one of the guys, just all of a sudden we hear him scream from, those stupid barracks tents that they had, those temporary barracks tents that set up. And we all go running in there thinking, what the hell's going on? Or, sorry.
Snake in there, wasn't there?
What the heck's going on? We go running in there, and he is up on his cot, because the cots are only like 3 feet off the ground, but he's up on his cot just freaking out, dancing around. And there's this, I don't know, maybe 12-inch horned viper underneath his cot. And he's like, there's a snake, there's a snake, there's a snake. Everybody's freaking out. I'm like, what?
Isn't that
I'm
a
like,
poisonous
snake.
snake?
So I just went and all I did is I went and grabbed a sandbag.
Yeah.
Just pinched the top of the sandbag, held it open, took an E-tool and just slid it right in the sandbag, walked over to the berm, held the bottom of the bag, the close end, let go of the open end, and I just did a motion like that, and it went flying out of the bag and up over the berm. People were like, you're freaking crazy. That thing's poisonous. And I'm like, doesn't care.
I watched some of the guys that play with the poisonous ones. No. I don't know how we started talking about snakes. I kind of want to change the subject. We've just been talking and hanging out. Will was supposed to be with us if work ended soon enough. I want to know if he got his birthday box. I wrote funny crap all over it. Camel spiders. No. Eric, stop. You're going to give me nightmares, bro.
No.
If you're bringing a snake on this screen, bro, we're about to have people leave. Please do not. I know when Will opens his birthday present, he's going to freak out. It's not like me to do something like that. I just felt like doing it. I was watching his video and he had gotten some Pokemon pops. He said, all I need is the flocked ones now. I don't know if y'all noticed that the flocked Eevee was up and then it disappeared. It went to him as a birthday present. Why did you scream no?
Because I almost dropped my pizza.
Yeah, we're not going to do that, Campbell.
No,
We
I felt
thought you
bad.
were screaming no because like your snake got out of its cage as you were trying to show it to us.
I wish I had a snake, but no.
No.
I almost dropped my pizza, but the funny thing was when the pizza delivery person was walking down the stairs, I could see the birds dive bombing at him.
Well, at least you didn't drop your Mountain Dew. That would have been a party foul.
No, because it'd been Mountain Dew.
So, do any of y'all use Premiere ever to edit videos? I have a simple question that I cannot figure out.
They quality sealed the food now. Are you kidding me?
The whole box?
No, they put like this seal tape over the opening so that you can't just open it.
Never know. My mall is opening back up, but they are rioting at the malls. Somebody said, don't bring your wallet. Don't wear anything offensive. Only bring cash. And I said, why? It was one of my buddies. He messaged me that. He said, because they're literally taking your wallets from you and beating you up. I said, why not, instead of just bring cash, why not just not go? And he said to me the thing that's wrong with society today. I just wanted to see what everything was about.
We don't want to get on that stuff.
No.
I'll keep it positive.
Yeah. So I'm a concealed carrier. My goal when a situation goes down is to get as far away from it as quick as I can safely. And I had to teach this in churches. And the scary thing when you think about a church is everybody's in one center room and all the hallways lead to that sanctuary. It is a deadly funnel of fire. Crossfire like you wouldn't believe, which means people running left and right as you're aiming at somebody else. Let's say somebody comes in shooting at the pastor. It's happened in churches. We have to train for it. They teach how to run fight. Run, hide, fight. And guys, I'm only talking about this because as things get bad, if you're in a situation, I want you to know what run, hide, fight is. So that is 3 principles that's very easy to understand. It's taught in schools. They have blocks that go on the doors up top now to keep the doors closed and paper they can drop down, and they hide in the corner they can't see. But when you talk about run, hide, fight, if you don't know what I'm talking about, that is 3 principles. And that is run if you can safely get away. If you cannot, find somewhere safe to hide behind cover, not concealment, cover, which means it'll stop bullets coming your way stray. As a last resort, as a very last resort, fight back. It's the easiest way to stay alive in a dangerous situation. So, as a former firearms instructor, church safety instructor, once I worked in a school, I'll never do that again. The scenarios, I couldn't put 2 and 2 together. After the Florida one happened, somebody made the comment, why not put all the veterans that need jobs, that are excellent at what they do, that care about people so much, why not put them there to protect the kids? And, I can think of a few arguments to that. But in fact, you've got vets that just want to help people that would literally dive in front of a kid to save them. I mean, that's just who they are. They'd have their level 3A body armor on, maybe their level 4 hard plates, and they'd have their ballistic helmet, but they'd dive in front of a kid. So I say all that to say, if you get yourself, do you think that is as effective in a terrorist situation? So we're talking about firearm. We're not talking about bomb. If bomb threat comes in, immediately evacuate everybody. No questions. No, it was a joke. You write down as much description as you can, and you try to keep them talking, because usually when they call in bomb threats, they want to give you more information than they should. And we're talking still home based. I'm not talking terrorism coming into the country, because there's not much you can do on surprise attacks. It just happens. I can tell you lost just as many police officers as you did firefighters in 9/11, because everybody that could access the area was running up into the building to bring people out. It's the way a lot of us are geared. I would get my family to safety. What should you do in case of an intruder? Okay, so there's two philosophies to this, and if y'all really want me to talk about this, I will. Are we talking about at home, Andrew? Because this changes when you have kids. My kids know firearm safety to the point that there's been some times that people have done these tests. So I've got cameras inside my house. They have left an unloaded gun sitting on the table and went next door to the neighbor's house and literally watched on camera to see what the kids would do. My kids, if they saw a gun sitting on the table, would not let anybody touch it and would send somebody to go get daddy or mommy. So that gives me a little bit of a different scenario, but I still have a lockbox by my bed and two safes. One for the business and one inside. But someone breaks in your house, there's two philosophies. If they come in and the deadly triangle has already presented itself, also known as gun safety. Okay. So you've got the deadly triangle, which is what it's called, which means they have to have means, motive, and intent. So you can have a gun and you can have a bad guy, but if he doesn't have the intent to actually use it, then you don't have the deadly triangle, which technically doesn't give you the right to shoot. But they talk about the rules of deadly force in the military, which is how soldiers get caught in double jeopardy and get themselves in trouble, even though they shouldn't. Based on the aggression of somebody and based on your ability to present a weapon in time to pull it out and not be shot as you're trying to protect yourself. In my home, if I can get behind concealment, behind cover, so like the backside of a sofa where you got all that cushion material and I can see my front door, and I can effectively stop a threat before it gets to my kids or my wife, yes, I would do it. If a guy breaks in and he has a gun, but he's looking for food and other stuff, I would hold him at gunpoint till the cops got there. But I would also let him eat while he was sitting in my floor waiting for the cops. I mean, at the end of the day, it's all about civility and humanity. And I don't want to take another life. Do it if I have to, in a heartbeat. But if I can help a man and present the gospel while the cops are on their way. As I'm feeding him food, I'm going to do that too. And I didn't used to be that way. My pastor, who was not an anti-gun person, but he just was never a guy who enjoyed guns. He didn't care. He actually had a friend who was a cop, and he pulled his rifle out of the trunk, not being able to see. So I don't know if the person has bad intentions or has a weapon. In all honesty, if you shoot somebody, you're probably going to jail. Jarhead, you okay?
Yep, I'm just eating.
Who cares if they see you eating?
Because you're going to be looking at the top of my head because of where the food is.
Okay. That is where listen for the anger in the voice, protect your kids. And then if they come at you with anger in their voice towards your kids or your wife, then you have self-defense. In my state, it's your castle doctrine, which means if I'm inside my house and someone comes in legally, I can pull the trigger. I'm not gonna if I don't have to. And I would literally have my wife or my child make him a sandwich and let him eat while the cops were on the way. And that's where intent comes in. Because at that point, they have a gun for survival and protection, not to do harm. I mean, that's the only way to look at it. I was taught this very valuable story about why you don't get involved if you don't need to. There was a blonde, well-dressed woman, I'll say well-dressed, but I think y'all know what I mean, driving a convertible. And all of a sudden she pulled up at a stoplight. This was years and years and years ago, back before social media and big news. And I don't even know that you can find the story now. I don't even know that it actually happened. I was taught it in training by a cop. If you enjoy them, collect them. Most of mine aren't loaded, but if you enjoy them, collect them. It's like anything else. Blonde in a convertible pulls up at a stoplight. Two grungy looking guys drag her out of the car, and the dude stopped next to her gets out and shoots the two guys. She was selling drugs and had just sold to two officers 2 stoplights before, and this was 2 undercover vice officers pulling her out of a car to arrest her. And the guy shot 2 officers thinking he was protecting the woman. That's why I don't get involved unless I need to. Now, if I see a guy beating his wife in the front yard, I'm going to stop and get involved. Domestic violence, I don't play with. Hitting kids, I don't play with. I'll spank a child. In fact, with our new playground and backyard, there's rocks everywhere. We got crushed gravel, like the stuff that goes in concrete, down the walkway and in front of the building, which is going to make everything so much easier. And then pea gravel in their playground, which means if they're throwing rocks, everything around it is going to be this gray gravel instead of this orangish yellow pea gravel. I said, you throw a rock, you get a belt. I said, I'm literally going to nail a nail into the 6x6 holding up our overhead structure and hang a belt on it. And literally that's going to be labeled the rock belt. We had to break the youngest from lying. And the way I did it is the punishment was a lot less and hurt a lot less if he told the truth. Like it would be a little pat on the butt and then 5 minutes on his bed versus a spanking for lying. He became less afraid. He told the truth. And I almost completely broke his lying until his brothers told him it was okay to do it, and it started again. And now I haven't been able to break it. Somebody put staples in our couch the other day, and I told the kids they had one chance at dinner to tell us who did it honestly, and nobody was getting in trouble. We were just going to talk about it. I said nobody will get punished. Nobody will go to timeout. Nobody's getting a spanking. I just want to know. I need to explain to you why you don't put staples in the couch. Nobody would own up to it. They all went to bed early with no television. Because all four of them said they wouldn't do it. And I know for a fact the three adults wouldn't take a stapler and staple the couch.
Oh yeah, my camera's off. It means I can do stuff like.
I know what that sound was. Sounds like you don't have enough lube in that chamber.
No, there's not. I need to put more in. I just don't want to douse it. I want to let the metal absorb it as it needs it.
Okay. I won't tell you the way it was explained to me because it's not appropriate. And that normally happens when narcotics officers that become the trainers you take courses from as civilians. The stories they tell you typically have really funny connotations with them. Let's put it that way.
Well, my thing was because I wasn't sure if I was going to go shooting today, and I didn't want to douse the bolt and then go out and have my eyes watering.
That's if it's that wet, that's too much.
Well, because that's the thing. I mean, depending on what it is, like my 30-06, that's a different story because I know it'll be sitting for a while, and that bolt will be wet. Because if I know I'm not going to be firing it for a while, I'd rather have that CLP sitting there to.
Don't use CLP.
Yeah, I use CLP.
No,
Hop CLP.
Lucas Extreme Duty Oil, the thicker stuff, the viscosity in it doesn't go everywhere.
Huh.
Bro, and it smells like grapes. Their solvent smells like grapes. Yeah, it's not the chemicals that get you high.
Huh. No, I've just used CLP. It's what I used to use in the Marine Corps, so. Yes, we get it, Chunk. That horse is dead.
So I thought about teaching those courses at one point in time because at one point in time I had 500 hours of training in 2 years under my belt from going to some legit course. I traveled 4 states away to go to a class. And I got challenged and won a challenge and got my dinner free that night. Let's put it that way. The instructor didn't think I could hit a target with my pistol at 50 yards. It was a C-zone steel, so it's 8 inches tall, 4 inches wide. Well, C-zone is 10 inches tall with a small head, and maybe it's 12 inches tall and 6 inches wide. I dinged it twice. I ate for free that night. We went to a steakhouse. It was nice. But the reason I didn't, and the reason when I made holsters, I did not put them on the belts of police officers, is I didn't want my training or my gear to be the reason that it cost somebody their life. I just couldn't take that burden, so I didn't do it. Now, building guns, I'll sell one to anybody any day because if I trust my life with them and know that they're going to work, I trust that Joe's is going to work if he needs it. When you've done it long enough and you get good enough at it and you can trust them, good enough that you'd rather run one of your own over somebody else's built rifle or a manufactured rifle, then that's when it's okay to make them for other people. With a license. I have the license. Chunk wants to know how your pizza is. I'm eating little Dubs. I'm wondering if I should go get a bunny so I can eat the bunny. So I think I'm done with horrible dental work. And it can be 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm still flossing my teeth.
Oh, I know what I'm missing. I just ate that piece and I was missing something.
He's missing hot sauce, y'all. It is hot sauce Saturdays after all. Not a huge IHOP fan. Do like Huddle House though. And then a late night, I can eat some Waffle House. Oh, the breakfast buffet at Denny's. Oh, I miss that. We've still got a Denny's or two around here, but they're not what they used to be. My church opened back up today with social distancing in effect, and you had to make a reservation to come to church. But we did not go because they had no child care, which I understand because there's no physical contact. Families could sit together. Everybody else had to be at least 10 feet away from each other, which meant a normally full sanctuary would have about 40 people in it. I did not go. I miss congregating as a church, but we did move to a bigger church to get children the services they need. And I like being lost in the crowd. I switched from taking my iPad and playing on my iPad and taking notes to getting a Bible that I could write notes in the margins and having a piece of paper there and took notes. I did not like restaurants that had smoking sections. You all right, buddy?
Uh-huh.
Is it Hot Sauce Saturday event finally?
Uh-huh.
I don't know why you do this to yourself.
Because those ones I got now, they're hot, but they're super tasty. And they keep my sinuses clear. Man.
So how are we going to do this giveaway tonight?
I don't know.
I don't want to play a game of Quiplash to do it. I want to talk to y'all. I like that everybody's responding in the comments. I think it's hilarious that we're talking about Denny's, but that's just me. I can go to Cracker Barrels and have is it Uncle Herschel's fried breakfast where you get the chicken fried steak or chicken fried chicken with white gravy on it? Ooh.
I haven't been to a Cracker Barrel in years.
And I don't care about the giggities. I will eat sawmill white gravy on just about anything. I won't eat red eye gravy. I'm okay with brown gravy on certain things, but you give me white gravy from a packet made in a pan, made by somebody's 90-year-old grandma, I will put it on a shoe, as Larry the Cable Guy says. I like some gravy. It will make inedible food edible. But you give me French fry with red eye gravy on it, I'm going to slap you.
Oh man.
So what do y'all think about all the companies jumping on the Zobi train and getting signature series going? Yeah. If you're ever in the Knoxville, Tennessee area, or Pigeon Forge, or Sevierville, which is that area, the Apple Barn has amazing biscuits and apple butter. They built a restaurant around the apple butter that they ship around the world. And the restaurant's in front, the processing plant and the orchard is behind it. That was a good breakfast and a good dinner and a good breakfast the next morning.
Roadhouse Texas egg rolls with that jalapeno jelly.
So we have a place. It's all hipster and funky, but when we got to go to someplace early in the morning downtown, we'll go, and it's all about pork, and they have delicious fresh bacon. Like they take the stuff and they cure it themselves. You can get maple bacon or pepper bacon. They do these what do they call them? The big catfish cat head biscuits, but they're pepper biscuits. Oh, you want to talk about that with sausage gravy on top of it? I just love when I'm driving by and the hot now sign's on and I decide to put my blinker on. But you can take cold Krispy Kreme glazed donuts, put them in the microwave for 8 seconds, and they will become a hot now once again.
So there's a place right next to where I went to check for ammo today, and they do some killer breakfast, but their specialty is smoked meats. And what they do is in the mornings with the smoker, they take all that grease and everything from the smoker, and they use that for the gravy.
Oh.
And I get their breakfast burritos there. And my favorite one to get there is the corned beef and hash breakfast burrito. You know, corned beef, hash, bell peppers, all that. And then I have them add country gravy on it before they wrap it up.
That sounds like such a mess.
It's so amazing.
Go for lunch.
Sorry, that came through my speakers. Did anybody else notice that the SpaceX people looked like stormtroopers more than astronauts? And how much more tech advanced the shuttle was compared to what the U.S. has made. On a submarine, everything was 10-year-old technology before it ever made it on the boat because it had to go through so many trials and tests and contract approvals before it made it, that by the time it made it, it was old school technology.
So wait, that launch day, was that like the whole privately to people of space thing, or was that like just NASA?
That was the second shuttle that SpaceX had launched, and this one had people on it.
Whew.
So my wife has family in Pennsylvania. Uncle Alan, he rebuilds Hudsons in his garage on the side of his house. Now, I say garage. He has 14 cars in there. 5 of them are completed. 3 of them are show ready. And the rest are in either parts cars or ready to go. He literally has a Hudson Hornet.
Man.
Looks like Doc himself, and he rebuilds them with true parts. But I say all that to talk about going to visit them when we were in the Navy on either Veterans Day weekend or Memorial Day. We got a 4-day weekend, and you could only go so far without taking leave. So we were only allowed to go 200 miles, I think, and it was right outside the limit. So I had to get a signature approval. When they knew we were going to see family and stay with family, they approved it, especially since he was a retired preacher. They didn't care. I never got in trouble. I wasn't the DUI kid that got everybody on base in trouble. That marching day is a story for another day. But we're at their house, and out in front of us on the street are two little Amish kids on a pony cart going by. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. And they're like, they drive by like 5 or 6 times a day. They go down to the store and get some stuff and bring it home. Really?
What?
What is that? The garlic
cheese,
butter?
the cheese sauce. So I'm making spicy cheese.
That's what she said. Is that the stuff that a couple of us helped you pick up?
Yeah.
I almost bought you that kit, but I didn't know what you wanted in it. They had a lot of choices.
Yeah, and they got a new one that just dropped too. It's called It.
Ooh.
But it's I think it's Thai chili and garlic. So rather than having a mild garlic one, now they have a medium garlic one.
But isn't their mild really spicy?
It's spicy as in like, oh man, sorry. It's spicy as in like wasabi spicy, you know, because it's really potent garlic.
Yeah, I never finished that story because I saw them adding hot sauce to cheese sauce. Okay, so they took us to the Mennonite market, the grocery store run by Mennonites. Now, Mennonites are kind of a mix between they drive all blacked out cars, nothing shiny, nothing flashy, but they do have some technology in their lives. Well, we went to their breakfast buffet in the grocery store off to the side. They had a cafe. We're in a small town in Pennsylvania, 45 minutes from Hershey, Pennsylvania. And country roads as far as the eye can see. Houses spread out, big pastures. And they say, pace yourself. I said, why? He said, because they bring around fresh biscuits about every 20 minutes, and then somebody walks around with a pot of sausage gravy.
Oh.
If you take a biscuit, it's literally that big, and the sausage gravy is amazing, but you're going to get full quick. Pace yourselves. We're going to be here for a while. I said, why is that, Uncle Al? He said, because I like a little bit on the buffet, but my goal is to eat at least 5 biscuits every time I come. I said, why is that? He said, if I'm going to pay $7 for a buffet, I want to get my money's worth. I just started laughing. This guy rebuilds Hudson's. That is not cheap. And goes to shows, but if he's going to get his $7 worth at the buffet, he's going to eat at least 5 biscuits and gravy. That just, it made my day. But that was some amazing food. I don't know what that is, Eric, but that sounds really good.
What?
Salt resining? I don't know.
That's that bread. It's like they sprinkle the salt on the top of it, and it embeds in the bread, so it's like salty on the top and everything.
I love salty bread. Put some butter on it. Fresh churned butter that you get in Amish country. Now we can get some of that. We have Clanton, Alabama, which is the home of the Chilton County peach. Like Georgia makes peaches and Clanton makes peaches.
Oh man.
Yep. Nothing in excess. But You can go to what they call Peach Park, which is literally an open air market, a place for the kids to play, fresh ice cream and pies. And you can get fresh churned butter there in logs that you take home. And there's nothing like it. Spread it on bread. I mean, the texture, the consistency when it's made fresh, you just can't beat it. Maybe we just need to become a food channel that talks about pops every once in a while.
Oh, man.
Let's talk about how I eat Dove chocolate like it's vegetables, and I like vegetables, and I'm still losing weight.
I wish I had some Dove chocolate right now.
I buy the large bags, 2 at a time.
Oh, have you tried the new Milky Ways yet?
No.
Salted caramel Milky Way.
I've tried that. I don't like that. I think
so good.
Luau sent me some of those in the box. I do like salted caramel, but I'm not a fan of the nougat in the middle of the Milky Way. I'm a textures person, and that nougat's just, yeah.
Caramel.
All right, so caramel.
Caramel.
It's caramel. We're not doing this.
Every time you say caramel, though, it reminds me of that dude from YouTube, the one with the Tourette's. That's his word.
Caramel. I said caramel.
I love that dude. If you haven't seen him, he is awesome. Especially when he reads like little kids' books. Because he has Tourette's, and he'll be reading a little kid's book, and he'll just pop off. It's just raunchy talk. And then he whistles and says, caramel. Did you freeze or are you reading something?
No, I'm looking at something. I'm getting Steve Irwin videos because obviously my wife is watching YouTube videos on my damn YouTube account. So, sorry. I am getting Steve Irwin videos for the first time in my life. And this one is the 10 deadliest snakes in the world.
Huh. It says your Xbox is just online on computer. So, I don't know.
I think Control G. Maybe Alt G. Nope. That brought up. The heck is that? There's a search function in YouTube chat. Control G brings up search. Huh. I literally found Denny's in the chat. Sorry. What did you do? Did you just drink pepper whiskey?
No, not pepper.
Mocha Kit Kats. I pre-tasted one. They weren't too bad. Yeah, I don't like coffee. Coffee's not for me. We buy.
Have you tried the Japanese Kit Kats yet? They have strawberry, peach, wasabi. I got a bunch of different flavors.
So I am starting a new hobby to add to this, I guess. I love watching Linus Tech Tips and Bitwit.
What? Computer stuff? You
Yeah.
talking about Linus is in computers?
Yeah, the Canadian, he's hilarious. But some of the stuff, I want to custom water cool my next PC. And that is a whole nother level of craziness. But this one's running good now. If my new camera does what it's supposed to do, we won't be using the webcam to film anymore. We'll be using the Sony to film. And that has such a better white balance. I can leave the overhead lights on. It's not so dark in here. You can see the pops. And even though they're tube LEDs, it's not going to bother us. Will that happen? I don't know. I'm happy for you.
My only problem is I turn it up so that you can see the pops a little better, and the screen looks all wavy.
You can't see the pops. Alexa, turn my lights red.
Okay.
So once I get hue controlled
Remote control,
LEDs
turn
back,
my lights red. Yeah, mine does it too. See,
Alexa, turn my lights back to blue.
Okay.
mine's quicker.
As soon as I get hue LEDs, which will happen at some point, when I say that damn backyard was expensive, the guy doing it didn't realize how expensive it was going to be.
Yeah.
The guy that came today works as a landscaper for a living, and I explained what the backyard looked like when he started. I said, "What would y'all charge for that?" He said about $9,500.
Man.
I'm waiting for new blades to show up, and then I'm going to put the drone back up to get some footage. My backyard looks nothing like it looked before. Like, if it wasn't dark, I would have put my phone on a feed and gone out there and shown you. There's a 4-foot retaining wall when you walk out my door. They haven't built the walkway yet for me to come down the stairs. But it looks amazing. And they had to bring the stuff in wheelbarrows because it was too wet to bring it in with the little loader they have, because it's on tires. Yeah, it's not on track. It's on tires, and it was just
I was
sliding.
going to ask about that. If you're still tracking mud from that storm.
No, because they put down OSB for me to walk on. I had an OSB path. You had to pick up your feet though, because you kick the edge of them if you're not careful. But now I have crushed gravel, which is that really thick, heavy stuff that goes in concrete. And it literally feels like you're walking on pillows when you walk on it, because it just is. It's soft under your feet. It's great. It absorbs water well. But the way they built the retaining wall was absolutely beautiful. Like, my wife was impressed. They've got to straighten it tomorrow. He's got to come out. He'll literally run a rod into the ground and then pull forward on it, so it moves the whole wall to level it up along a steel line they run. And then he's got a few high spots, so they put rags on top of it, and with a dead blow hammer, which, if you don't know what a dead blow hammer is, I can show you. It's not made to hit stuff with a lot of pressure force, but a lot of distributed force. They can literally tap them down, especially with the ground being so soft. Here, I'll show you what a dead blow hammer is. I actually have it out here tonight. Usually it lives in the back of my truck.
Oh, my nose won't quit running.
This is a dead blow hammer.
Is that sand or?
Sand or little pellet, something like that. I busted apart the.
Oh, it's Matco. That's the pellets.
Yeah, and if I ever break the end of it, I get a new one. So I used this and a lead beads. Yeah, I thought it wasn't sand. It's probably lead, because it's heavier than that. I think this is DB26. I think this is a 40-ounce hammer. They tell you to wear safety goggles because these will blow out. But this gives a hard hit without giving a direct, forceful blow that'll crack stuff. So you can knock stone down with this with something on top of it, like a piece of leather, and it won't break. Well, I took their contractor's hammer, so not the smooth ones that most of us have, the ones with the rough faces on them that are made for knocking nails in really fast, when you don't care if it mars up the finish of a board that's getting covered up. I put the claw of that hammer in the gap and I beat it in with this thing, and then I would rip back and then drop it in again. Or I would hit it, let it push a nail out, and then pull it out. I took that entire box apart in about 10 minutes. There's the support boards on the edges because I wasn't going down to the ground, especially with all the stuff around, to try to bust the bottom loose where they had like 6 nails in it. But the sides are off of it. The top's off of it. And they didn't do plywood. They did a what am I trying to say? Pallet bottom, solid pallet bottom with solid sides. They ran boards up every 3 feet, and they made a frame on top, and then boards across the top. And I broke everything. It was so much fun. One of them was split a little bit. I just started hitting it with the hammer, and the wood just started splitting. I mean, it was an awesome time. I love this. This thing is awesome. This thing doesn't hurt very bad, but if you swing it hard, it has a lot of force.
Yeah, we used to have them when I used to work in welding. We had them where all we did is we took tube steel and we welded an end cap on it, and we fill it full of well, I call it sand, but it's basically steel blasting shot.
Yeah, it's the stuff you put.
It's
like
steel sand, basically.
It's like the slag you put in there for filler when you need to weld something. Yeah.
And then we would weld the cap on and everything, weld the handle on, and we just drop it in like that. You can go to like Napa or AutoZone or whatever and get that Plasta Dip stuff. We just dip the end of that in there rather than go and spend, $50 on a dead blow.
But I bought it once and I'll never have to buy it again. And it was a used one, so I got it really cheap. The guy upgraded to a bigger hammer, paid $20 for this. If it ever tears up, I get a brand new one. That is why I have expensive tools. A lot of them are bought on Mercari and eBay. It doesn't matter where you get them from. My Snap-on guy doesn't answer the phone, doesn't ever show up. Doesn't matter. When stuff breaks, I mail it back to Snap-on. They mail me new stuff. When they say, why don't you go to your tech in the area? I said, because I don't have a shop. I track down trucks when they're on a job site. And I'm like, hey, can I come in and spend some cash? What is that?
It's a Craftsman. I can actually turn this in.
Yeah, but you're not going to get the same quality anymore.
I could turn it in because the end of it's rusted and the safety coatings wore off.
Yeah, but if you turn that in now, you're going to get Chinese made tools in Lowe's.
Why I still have an old rusted Craftsman.
Craftsman used to be the DIY home man's version of Snap-on and Matco.
Yep.
But there's the reason they call it the strap-on truck.
Because you're gonna be paying for it.
I have a really good example. Hold on one second. Not what you're thinking. So this little pack right here, they're called midget wrenches. And there's a reason. They're made when you have to get something small in a very small opening. Now, for something I had, I needed the 1/4 inch for a turnbuckle on something Q designed that I have in my truck, and it sucks taking it loose. You literally needed a tiny one, and I went and bought a Craftsman, and the thing wasn't even cut centered. These have an opening that locks in. They're great. This set of 5 wrenches in a leather case, new off the truck, $242. eBay, $43 shipped. And it is Snap-on. If these tear up, they get replaced with the new stuff. But unlike the vinyl it came in before, this is a leather pouch. And they look brand spanking new. But they're old school Snap-on, like stuff people used to collect, because you can see the old logo on them. If I can get it to focus, it's not going to focus. Maybe.
Cover your face up.
I know that's not what you mean, but
No, I mean put your hand
I
behind.
know what you
behind
mean.
it.
I know what you mean, but I had something in my hand. It's still chrome. There we go. That old Snap-on logo. But if they break, I can send them in and get another one. So I had a wrench that was the cheap brand for Matco, and they replaced them with Matco tools. He told me to break the gear drive in it because then he could warranty swap it. I put a power pole on the end of it, which is just a long pole that you use to put exerted force. And I bent the wrench because I couldn't break the gear. So he said, I can't warranty it out, but it looks cool enough. I'm going to keep it on the truck that literally you couldn't break our cheap brand trying to break the gear.
There's a trick to it.
I know.
We've done it at work.
You got
Because
to
it was
pop
like,
it
well,
hard.
we got to replace it, so we got to break the gear in it. So you just turn a can of keyboard cleaner upside down, spray it at the little switch, and then smack the switch, and it breaks the gear.
Yeah, because you freeze it.
Mm-hmm.
You can also put a long pole on it and pop it really hard. Instead of using continued force, have somebody run at it and hit it with something. It'll pop it really quick. A lot of fun, too. I watch people do tests on them, testing the Harbor Freight expensive tools that Harbor Freight made. They're actually pretty impressive. But the difference between a 72 tooth wrench and an 80 tooth wrench ratchet makes a huge difference in the functionality when you have that much of a gap to use the ratchet in. And with the Craftsman, you're getting 2 clicks. And with a Snap-on or a Matco, you're getting like 17 clicks. And it makes a big difference. I understand now why guys that work on cars like real time have like 18 different types of wrenches. Because a lot of times I have to put like 7 different parts together to make some weird combination that works. Changing out my spark plugs, I tried to do. I could not finish the job.
You got a Hemi, don't you?
I have coil packs on top of 16 spark plugs in my Hemi. And the back 2 plugs on both sides are hard to get. The ones on the left are even harder. Put a cheater bar on it. Yeah. Father-in-law stand on it.
Oh, man.
Yeah, there's ways to break them, but I bent it. Like, I bent it almost all the way around. He said, how the hell did you do that? I said, I don't know. So now I have a full Snap-on set of wrenches with 1 Matco wrench, number 9, sitting at the bottom. Or whatever it is. But they're ratcheting wrenches. I like the ratchet.
So I was watching some videos on YouTube the other night of they're called when people die inside, you know, when they do something stupid and they realize it.
Yeah.
And it was a mechanic in the shop and he had his impact and he took a wrench and he stuck it on the end of the impact and he was going to launch the wrench and he was inside and the instant he hit it, it threw that wrench up and it busted out all the lights above him and he's just sitting there with this look on his face like, and there's just glass and yeah, it was just like, you idiot.
So I'm watching him in his little Bobcat with tires on it on a track, trying to get up this slightly banked hill that runs all the way down the side of my property. And I said, look, why don't you take the scraper and scrape it flat? I don't care. Scrape it flat. He said, I should have done that when I had the backhoe here because it had a true scraper blade on the back of it. And I said, well, why didn't you do it? He said, I don't want to tear up your grass. I said, dude, I told you I don't care. My neighbors already hate me because I have a big-ass red barn in the backyard. It used to be a 10-foot wide, 16-foot deep, 14-foot tall red barn with white trim. And the good old red doors with the white crosses, the white X's on them, like a barn sliding door would be, but it's got a handle in the middle of it. They came with just red doors or with white doors. And I said, bro, it was supposed to be barn doors. So what they did is they went to the steel supplier and got the touch-up spray paint that matches the steel. They taped out the X's and they spray painted the doors. I need to touch them up in a few places on the steel, but that's rednecks thinking smart. They build everything with standard boards. They cut their angles with hand saws. They cut their outlet boxes with hand saws. They cut stairs, like the boards that go down the side with with saws. It saves money and they do it better. And they build them with heavier duty stuff. But they built the rafters for this building, the big section over here, the top. They built it by hand, fitting everything together, and all all 6 of the rafters running down, or 8, however many there are, look exactly the same. And they built them by hand with a circular saw and a long extension cord. They use their nail guns with a pancake nail gun or with a pancake air compressor. And these are guys that do this every day, and they literally were bringing pea gravel and crushed rock in today with wheelbarrows and shovels. Yeah. No, I'm good. They worked hard today. Like real hard. And tomorrow, the guy who built this for me for his beautiful 300 blackout pistol is coming back to finish his part of the agreement, and he will be helping me build the playground. I will get to use my ratchets tomorrow. I'm excited. I have impact sockets and impact drivers too. It's going to be fun. Because other than the playhouse, everything's metal. That's why we bought Lifetime. It's got a 5-year warranty on it, and it sits outside. And we bought a smaller one. It still wanted a 20 by 20 safety pad. And we're thinking, how are we going to do this? Because I had a sloped backyard. We had to raise up the back and dig out the bottom 42 inches tall retaining wall, because if you go over 4 feet, an engineer has to draw the plans. That's expensive. So 42 inches. That's a lot of block. And my wife said, I wonder which kid's going to be the first to break their arm trying to jump off and land on the rocks below. So maybe we should just put a slide down so when they want to come see Daddy, they can slide. She said we might add another slide one day. Because the way they stack those rocks, they lock in behind and they can climb up them. But if they pull too hard on those top rocks, they will come loose because there's just a lip on the back of them that hold them in place, and then they lock into the wall. The clay is very good for building those walls. They didn't need any retaining rods or anything like that. But my backyard went from a useless piece of dirt to something beautiful with the deck we first built, and now this. And, you know, when the kids get older, we put a fire pit in the middle of it, put chairs out there, put tiki torches around to keep the mosquitoes away. And we got a nice place to sit on the 30 nights of the year that it's nice in Alabama. Like really nice, that perfect weather, like 70 with a slight breeze and not humid. Those nights that you take the camper and you go to the state park and you sit out there with a fire pit and have fun. Or it gets into the low 60s and you cover up with a blanket and sit by the fire. Oh, that's fun. We didn't have a very cold winter, but when it was cold, holy crap, it was cold. We didn't have much snow. I don't think we had hardly any snow this year. And we had a freeze a couple years ago. Probably Saw it on the news with all the cars in Alabama that were stranded on the side of the road because it snowed, then it rained, and the temperature dropped 22 degrees in an hour. What happens to rain on the roads? It freezes. Wrecks and cars everywhere. Most 4x4s couldn't get down these roads. And it was supposed to happen south of Birmingham and north of Birmingham. And Birmingham wasn't supposed to be in the storms. So hour one way, hour the other way, it was supposed to happen. So they kept work open. I was working hour south, and boss said, "You need to be working." I said, "No, ma'am. I'm sliding. I'm going home." And she said, "I don't think so." I sent her a picture. I said, "You want me on the road? You call the safety manager and let him tell you that I stay on the road when I'm literally sending you pictures of ice." She said, "Okay, go home." I got home an hour before the roads froze. I had friends sleeping in cars overnight because they had nowhere to go. People in big, heavy pickup trucks loading them down with pallet of block and putting chains on their tires in Alabama to get around. You want to talk about crazy. The moment it starts to snow here, everything shuts down now. Because, you know, up north, they're prepared for it. When we lived in Connecticut, the plow trucks were there and everything. When we lived in Hampton Roads, once we got a bad enough snow that everything froze. But they don't have the equipment because it doesn't happen enough for them to invest in that stuff. So we're watching guys with buckets in the back of a truck dump salt in a Walmart parking lot as they're driving by. And it just goes to show you that the further south you go or the closer to the ocean you go, the less likely you are to need plow trucks. Now, when we were in Connecticut, it was nothing to get behind the plow truck and go 45 minutes Providence, Rhode Island in the middle of a halfway blizzard because the plow trucks were your best friends. Snow was packed down on the road. It was easy enough to drive. We were in a car that had good stopping power and brakes. It was heavy enough and small enough and low enough. My truck, Old Yeller, not so much. It had steel bumpers that had been dinged up many, many times. Especially when I tried to take it up a hill that I shouldn't have, and made it up the hill and then tried to turn into the building, which is down a hill and a curve. No, it went straight for the guardrail. It hit where there were 50 other dings in the guardrail because you're up in Connecticut and this base is on a hill. Not very smart. So it is what it is. Will said he had to clean. His place was a mess. And he literally, if he came on, he would be walking by the camera. That's why he did not come on tonight. He said, "I have to work again tomorrow." So that's basically what happened. Guys, I've had a blast tonight. I don't know how to do the giveaway. All right, I'm going to refresh the comments. The first one that can tell me the names of 2 of Joe's recent hot sauces is going to win. Nobody gets that. We'll try something else and go.
That's going to be a tough one for people.
I think one of them was Flaming Butthole. I don't think anybody's going to get it. Chunk doesn't know. Chunk wants his pop back. Was Slow Death one of them? Ah, that's one. Was Crap one of them?
Nope.
Oh. Well, if he's the only one to get one, Chunk, you got one of them. Come on. I don't remember what the website is, so that I don't think that's going to help you. Campbell says all sugars heritage cheese.
Nice thing about living in Oregon, Tillamook is just, a couple hours north.
What is that?
Tillamook cheese. Nope.
I think I was supposed to say flaming. Oh, come on. If Chunk's the only one that gets one and he gets one, we're going to send the pot back to Chunk. I feel bad for him. He waffled off something. He needed some money, and it was his Diamond Harley Quinn. I'm going to send it back to him. All right. We're going to give it a few more seconds, and I think we're going to be giving this pot back to Chunk. I'm calling that a wrap. All right. Diamond Harley is going back to him. I love that we did 3 hours. I never once tried to sell anything. Couldn't think of anything to say. And didn't need quiplash to get the time done. Is Garlic Lovers one of them?
No, there's one. It's got garlic in it, but it doesn't even have garlic in the name.
I think that's fitting. It's an awesome pop, though. I have the black and red version of her. Truffle sauce, it's not. Hey, have you ever tried that truffle stuff, the white truffle hot sauce that it's always on commercials that people are like, wow, this stuff is amazing?
No.
Would you try it if it wasn't crazy expensive just to see?
Yeah. I mean, I'm all about, see, I like hot stuff, but my favorite is when it's hot and it's still got good flavor.
And it's cheap.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's a hot sauce I really want to try, but it's, I think, $32 a bottle.
Is it the Final Dab?
No, that's like $64 a bottle.
No, it's not.
Their newest one?
Is it really?
Yeah. It's because the show got popular, so they were able to just raise the prices on it.
I don't see how he sits there and eats those and like doesn't drink anything.
Oh, he does. It's just the camera's never focused on him.
I mean, you see him take little drinks of water, but he doesn't do anything else. It's like it doesn't faze him. He's like you. He likes hot stuff, but he doesn't show any reaction whatsoever. Have you seen the new game show they do?
No, I still haven't watched it.
Dude, they give you like 4 total wings, and you either have to answer the question or take a dab. It's funny. You find out who will rat out their friends real quick. Come up with good questions. You seen the dude, what's his name? The dude that cooks on the grill all the time and has the big cleaver, and his cutting board is like built into the grill, and he's doing all this kind of crazy stuff out there in the woods cooking. And he made this like giant, like 40-pound cheeseburger.
I haven't seen that one.
I can't remember what his name is. He makes food that I would want to eat. And usually the artsy fartsy crap I'm really crazy about. Guys, if you haven't gotten a pop pen, the only downside to buying them online is it's a blind grab. You can go to some of the sites that still have them for pre-order and you can buy what you want, but you pay too much. I paid like $53 shipped with box lunch for 5 pens, a little over $10 a pen. Not a bad way to do it. I'm actually kind of glad I got more Iron Man. I have one in my Hot Toys case. One's probably going to be out here on my desk, and one's probably going to work with me and going on my desk there. I love that pen that much. It is that detailed and that 3D that I think pop pens, if they grow the line, could put Fig Pen out of business.
I don't know. Fig Pen's actually there. Have you been on the Fig Pen app lately?
Yeah, mine still doesn't do all that fancy crap.
Because now the Fig Pen app, like you can boost people's pen scores and stuff. And
But look at that. They made it, they're 1-for-1 ratio the size of a pop. And they're still 3D. They're just not as 3D. Yeah, I'm literally about to call it a night. I didn't realize it was 11 o'clock. I'm tired. We've just been sitting here talking, guys. Having a good time. As JB says, we had a good time. Tonight literally was about having a good time. I don't want to be known as the Waffle Channel. I was doing them because they were fun. I liked playing in them. I liked hosting them. Y'all liked having them. But when we have people like Joe on where we can just talk, and based on the chat, we go places like Amish cooking, and pony carts. I mean, and then we went to Snake, random topics. I wanted to plan a show, but then I thought we do better when we just let it flow. I mean, I could tell you stories I've heard about Marines. I could tell you some of the things we do on halfway night on submarines to the chief of the boat, who is like our most senior enlisted person. Batman pop pens. I have Batman, Robin, and the Chase Joker. Or I had them. I sold them. Yeah, there's no drama. I don't want drama. I don't like drama. Somehow I create drama, but I don't want to. I just had fun talking. And Eric, I saw your question. I don't know enough about the black art stuff that they do and the other Skellington stuff to tell you if it's worth money. Some of that stuff people want and can't get. Some of it, you get it if you want it. I know I got plenty of Jack Skellington in the fountain upstairs and tons of the water nook from Frozen. They do have Star Wars pins. And Greedo, which I know who he is now. Like, I knew who he was in the movie, but I didn't think he was that important. Clone Wars, I really know who he is. Because he kidnaps... who did he kidnap they had to go chase down?
I don't know. I never watched Clone Wars.
Check Box Lunch and Hot Topic. It wasn't pre-order when I bought, but I got Disney, and I got all 5 Disney pins. And in the video, if you haven't watched it, you'll know that I made a funny comment. And I said, it's pins in a box, not pins in a bag. Even my last Tiny Ghost shipment shipped in a bag. So Chunk got a pop. Tomorrow I have to build a playground and do all my homework that I didn't do this week. But because of COVID-19, I can take a pass or fail if I don't get my A's. But right now I've got good grades. I call it homework. It's really my schoolwork. I can't do it on a laptop because a lot of the coding stuff I have to watch my teacher do. and follow him along because I don't know anything about Cisco. I'm learning this intro, and it's hard. I've tried coding twice and failed. We're going to see how it goes this time with a basic info into it. We're moving our monitor back to where it goes. But this beauty is at 660. That's double what it was when I got it. The moment Pop Armor has a 2-pack armor,
that should be
when the container
$7. $7 should be getting them soon.
I know when the container shows up, Bluecast protectors will come in that same shipment. Number 45, Eric.
Oh man.
I've got both number 34s too. The PX Preview Glow in the Dark is worth like 12, and the non-PX Preview Glow in the Dark is worth like 29. I do collect the Harley Quinn though. I'm gonna have to build a shelf just for her. Guys, if you know anybody who needs the Supreme Leader Kylo Ren Glow in the Dark and can't find it, this box is in really good shape. Tell him to hit me up. I have one before. He's probably going to come out of box though and go over there on the shelf. I'm just being honest with you. Because I have the tiny version of that pop, and I have the lights and sound version of that pop. We'll see what happens. What you see here is, before I move the camera, is the top of a stack of pops from the floor up. Some I got to move out there. Some I've got to add to the collection and fit in. This C3PO that you will see in my video once I edit it and upload it, probably Monday afternoon, because tomorrow is homework time. Even though now that I figured out, dumb me figured out that you can press play with the space bar. Yes, I just said that. You can press play with the space bar. Once I figured out you can press play with the space bar, and I can use the Stream Deck for editing, it's going to make everything a lot easier. You hit a button and it cuts. You hit a button, it deletes. You ripple delete, which means you bring it back. I was able to edit out a bunch of my unhappy ramblings, and I did my ending twice just to see which way I like better and went with the second one. And then I recorded showing the Blue Chrome Leia that I got from Jerry after that and cut it in before the ending. So I'm learning some little bit of effects there. Don't have any B-roll yet. Don't really know how to do all that stuff. Don't have that artistic touch, but we'll get the drone up. We'll get some footage. We might have like a 10-inch pop on the ground and have the drone take off and do one of those backwards flyaways. That'd be cool. So we shall see what happens. When you have probably one of the best civilian drones, not commercial drones, the Mavic Pro 2, you can do a lot of stuff with it that you can't do with the ones you get at Walmart. But it does not carry a Walmart price tag either. They're expensive, but they're fun. When you can fly it downtown, 8,000 feet away, because you got a clear line of sight to Legion Field from Railroad Park, and y'all don't know what that means, but that's across an interstate and 8,000 feet away before it loses enough signal that it turns around and comes back to you. It's a whole lot of fun. And when the FAA said now it's got to be in sight and all this crap, they made a Mavic Mini that is just under the weight regulations by an ounce. So it doesn't have to be registered and you can do whatever the heck you want with it. It still has the same camera in it. When the government gives you lemons, you make lemonade, put vodka in it, and tell them you're going to do what you want to anyways. You're just going to do it the legal way. I think closing thoughts. Ron, what's his last name? The drunk. Yeah, he said, huh?
No.
I can't remember his last name for some reason. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade and find somebody whose life has given them vodka and have a party.
Yeah, Ron White.
Ron White, yeah. They call me Tater Salad. I love Blue Collar Comedy Tour. Larry the Cable Guy wanted to shoot chickens out of cannons at airplanes. All right, guys. I tell you 3 things every single video. Do something today to make tomorrow better. Help somebody in need. Never take anything for granted. And we're going to add a 4th. Be nice. Guys, we love you. Thank you for hanging out with us. Joe, hang out for a second. We will see y'all on the next one. Y'all have a good night.